buying a car or trusting someone to take care of the one you already have, you want to know you're in good hands. Today, tomorrow, and every day after that. For over a century, Sames Automotive Group has been here. The oldest dealership group in Texas, built on a promise to do things the right way. A century of putting people first. A century of service and savings. A century of smiles. That's not just a tagline. That's the Sames way. Sames Automotive Group, delivering a century of trust.
There is always news happening in the Valley. When you see it, share it to Valley Central. See a fire? Share it. See a wreck? Share it. See crime or corruption? Share it. Be part of the Valley Central team. If you see it, share it.
CBS 4 News, bringing you the most SpaceX coverage with our exclusive partnership with Lamp Padre Space Channel. Weekly updates, live cameras from Starbase, and live coverage from SpaceX launches. CBS 4 News, your Space Coast station, working for you.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get $8,000 off MSRP on a new 2025 Ford F-150 STX and 3.9% for 72 months. Payne Rio Grande City Ford and Payne Westlaco Ford.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,995 or $26,995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
Hey Vaqueros fans, I'm Janelle Tanguma.
And I'm Blake Collin. Join us live for every UTRGV home football game for our pregame kickoff show, Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,995 or $26,995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
And welcome to Thursday night coverage here in Sharyland, Texas. Richard Thompson Stadium. Sharyland Pioneer playing host to Brownsville Veterans Memorial Chargers. The Charger Nation traveling from the lower end of the valley to play these Diamondbacks tonight. Chargers coming in at 5-0 versus the Pioneer Diamondbacks at 4-1. Promising to be an excellent matchup tonight. Pre-district for both of these teams. We'll have it right here live, Real Sports Live, KVEO Channel 4. And excited to have the call here in the booth. Aaron Signs with y'all tonight, and it's going to be a matchup that I have been looking forward to the past couple of weeks, as both of these teams are coming here off a very strong pre-district schedule. And like I said, Pioneer coming in only dropping one overtime to Brownsville Hanna, and they look to rebound here as they get ready for district play next week. So do the Chargers from Brownsville Veterans Memorial, and they have run through every opponent in their pre-district schedule and looking for one more opponent this evening before getting ready for district play next week. We're about 27 and a half minutes to go before kickoff. I'll offer you to keep it live right here, KVEO, along with RSL here in Sharyland, Texas at Richard Thompson Stadium. We'll be back on in a few minutes, and we'll keep marching towards kickoff here in Sharyland, Texas.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,995 or $26,995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
Hey Vaqueros fans, I'm Janelle Tanguma.
And I'm Blake Collin. Join us live for every UTRGV home football game for our pregame kickoff show, Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
We have been having a good old time at our Tailgate Fiesta.
We're bringing you live coverage, special guests, and fan energy leading up to kickoff. We'll see you at Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
V's up.
Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta is sponsored by the Bert Ogden Auto Group.
Inside Valley Politics, a fresh perspective on Valley, state, and national political issues. Join us as we feature in-depth interviews and original, unbiased reporting on topics important to you. Sunday at 6:30 a.m. on NBC 23.
When you're buying a car or trusting someone to take care of the one you already have, you want to know you're in good hands. Today, tomorrow, and every day after that. For over a century, Sames Automotive Group has been here. The oldest dealership group in Texas, built on a promise to do things the right way. A century of putting people first. A century of service and savings. A century of smiles. That's not just a tagline. That's the Sames way. Sames Automotive Group, delivering a century of trust.
And welcome back. 24 minutes and 45 seconds remaining before kickoff here at Richard Thompson Stadium in Sharyland, Texas. Pioneer Diamondbacks playing host this evening to Brownsville Veterans Memorial. The Chargers are in town, coming in 5-0 tonight and bringing that unbeaten record here into Richard Thompson Stadium against these Diamondbacks, who are 4-1, only dropping one in overtime to Brownsville Hannah. And so both teams looking great so far this season. For both of them, going to be a strong test before they get ready to go into district play. Brownsville Veterans Memorial coming in that 6A division, so bigger school versus the 5A division here in Sharyland Pioneer. Both schools looking to get a final tune-up before they start district play. Just to keep in mind, in district for Sharyland Pioneer Diamondbacks, they have coming up Alice, Roma, Sharyland High School, and Mission Veterans Memorial. On the other side of the coin for Brownsville Veterans Memorial, they're in district with Harlingen High School, Brownsville Hannah, Los Fresnos, and San Benito, the Greyhounds, on that end of the valley. And so you got Upper Valley versus Lower Valley this evening, a clash of titans, as I'm going to call it, and it's going to be a great one here, folks. We're about 23 minutes and a half to go before kickoff, and so we're going to keep checking in as we get closer and closer. But keep it tuned right here, Channel 4, the game of the night here, along with RSL, Real Sports Live. And excited to have this broadcast live for us this evening, live audio, live video here from Sharyland, Texas. We'll be back in a few minutes, folks. Keep it tuned right here.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,995 or $26,995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995, or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
And here we are, 20 minutes to go before kickoff here at Richard Thompson Stadium. Again, thanks for joining us. Channel 4 this evening, the game of the night here on Channel 4 Local Network. And we're looking forward to this amazing matchup tonight between the Diamondbacks and the Chargers from Brownsville Veterans Memorial. And again, one team 5-0, one team 4-1, the 4-1 being the Diamondbacks. So looking at them getting ready for tonight's game. In preparation, look at some of the impact players for tonight. We'll look into a couple of them as we get closer to kickoff, but I'm going to start off here with number 9, Malachi Galindo, and he's got 353 yards passing, 147 yards rushing on the season so far. And so he has split some time here at signal caller for the Diamondbacks. The junior looks to get the nod tonight to at least start the game. And we do know that he can throw and he can run the football as well. Good to see his maturation process from last year to this year, watching him last year get into some games late in the third and fourth quarters, and then able to produce and to put a product on the field as he has been able to kind of take that spot here and be the leading passer for the Diamondbacks. Do not be surprised if at any time Goodlow, number 1, William, gets in there also. He has 219 yards passing, but he does shine on the ground, 356 yards rushing for him. But the bell cow for Pioneer Diamondbacks this season so far has been Dylan Tijerina, number 24. And he comes in at 465 yards rushing with 8 touchdowns. And so that's a little spotlight there on the Diamondback offense. When we're back here in a few minutes, I'll talk a little bit about the Brownsville Veterans Memorial offense. And they have got a stable of runners in their backfield. And so we'll talk about those outrageous stats that they're piling up so far early in this season when we're back here in just a few minutes. We're 18 and a half minutes away from kickoff. Set your clocks, but keep it right here. Channel 4 tonight. Big game. Chargers versus Diamondbacks. Be right back.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995, or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
Hey Vaqueros fans, I'm Janelle Tanguma.
And I'm Blake Collin. Join us live for every UTRGV home football game for our pregame kickoff show, Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
We have been having a good old time at our Tailgate Fiesta.
We're bringing you live coverage, special guests, and fan energy leading up to kickoff. We'll see you at Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
V's up.
Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta is sponsored by the Bert Ogden Auto Group.
Inside Valley Politics, a fresh perspective on Valley, state, and national political issues. Join us as we feature in-depth interviews and original, unbiased reporting on topics important to you. Sunday at 6:30 a.m. on NBC 23.
And we're back. 16 minutes to go before kickoff And here comes the crowd, especially here on the Diamondback side. Charger Nation also starting to trickle in. As you see here, center of the field, we do have a presentation between both schools and representation from Sharyland Pioneer, also Brownsville Veterans Memorial. See a lot of pink on the field this evening in breast cancer awareness. I know on my way up to the booth before game, I was given a little piece of pink tape for my flashlight. So they're going to pink out tonight as we're in October. And so they're going to be bringing awareness to breast cancer survivors and fighters. Those who have passed as well, we'll remember them. And so big shout out here. Both schools are actually representing that pink for breast cancer awareness this evening. And so once again, loving how the communities come together whenever there are bigger items than just ourselves, and reminding us that everybody fights together. And so here we go. We're about 15 minutes now before kickoff, and I did talk a little bit about the Pioneer Diamondback offensive front. I do want to talk about their leading tacklers. Coming in with 39 tackles is number 5, Isaac Rios, so he'll be an impact player on the defensive side of the football for the Diamondbacks. And also number 6, Jonathan Salinas, with 33 total tackles for that young man. And so those two defenders there will be anchoring that Diamondback defense. Number 5, Isaac Rios, defensive back junior, and number 6, Jonathan Salinas. He's a defensive back senior. And so that both defensive backs have led in tackles. What that tells you, or what it'll tell me, reveals to me a little bit, is that a lot of tackles are happening beyond the line of scrimmage. And so if that's the case tonight, I will tell you, and we'll get to the nitty-gritty here just in a little bit, but I will tell you that if that's the case, that line of scrimmage and that linebacking crew are going to have to step up tonight if they are going to have a chance against the Brownsville Veterans Memorial rushing attack that is just a three-pronged rushing attack that is really strong and really has created a lot of havoc for a lot of teams. Going from the last 2 years into last year as well, and now starting off this year has really been problematic for defenses. And so again, looking at the Pioneer Diamondback defense, if we're looking at getting tackles in that defensive secondary, we're going to have to shore that up and ensure that they're able to get some tackles made at that line of scrimmage, if not in the box there with a linebacking crew. And so we'll talk here in just a moment about the Brownsville Veterans Memorial Chargers, and they tout the best running offense here in the Valley and perhaps even South Texas just by yards alone. Number 15, Cesar Belmontes, comes in with 951 yards rushing on the season already. That's just 5 games, folks. And so averaging just a little bit under 200 yards per game with 13 touchdowns to boot. Number 2, Calvin Trevelyan, he has 676 yards rushing and 10 touchdowns. And so him alone doubles the best rusher from Sharyland Pioneer, which is William Goodlow, and Dylan Tijerina is doubled by Cesar Belmontes. And then you got number 0, Jake Sines. He is jotted down here as a starting quarterback. However, he's more of the point guard there for that offense, and he runs that option, will decide who he's going to hand that football or pitch it out to, and he can also keep it himself. He comes in with 336 yards rushing himself, and so that is a very strong backfield, perhaps the strongest, if not the strongest, that we have here in the Rio Grande Valley and also in South Texas. And so that prominent rushing offense will be putting to test that Diamondback defense that we talked about just a while ago. And so keep it right here, folks. We're about 11 minutes and 50 seconds here to kick off, and we're getting excited. And the teams are in their locker rooms. They've gone through their pre-game walkthroughs, and they'll be coming out here in a few moments. And we'll have the presentation of colors. We'll have the national anthem, and then we'll have the teams run onto the field, and we will be ready for kickoff. So keep it right here. Channel 4, tonight's game will be brought to you here in local TV, KVO, in partnership with Real Sports Live. And so glad to be a part of the call this evening, and looking forward to an amazing game. Again, the 5-0 Chargers in town to play the 4-1 Diamondbacks. Keep it right here, folks. Going to go to commercial break, and we will be back.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995, or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
Hey Vaqueros fans, I'm Janelle Tanguma.
And I'm Blake Collin. Join us live for every UTRGV home football game for our pregame kickoff show, Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
We have been having a good old time at our tailgate fiesta.
We're bringing you live coverage, special guests, and fan energy leading up to kickoff. We'll see you at Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
V's up.
Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta is sponsored by the Bert Ogden Auto Group.
Inside Valley Politics, a fresh perspective on Valley, state, and national political issues. Join us as we feature in-depth interviews and original, unbiased reporting on topics important to you. Sunday at 6:30 a.m. on NBC 23.
When you're buying a car or trusting someone to take care of the one you already have, you want to know you're in good hands. Today, tomorrow, and every day after that. For over a century, Sames Automotive Group has been here. The oldest dealership group in Texas, built on a promise to do things the right way. A century of putting people first. A century of service and savings. A century of smiles. That's not just a tagline. That's the Sames way. Sames Automotive Group, delivering a century of trust.
And welcome back. We're 8:22 remaining before kickoff, and we're excited here. Pioneer Diamondbacks, you can see them here on your screen. They're running down. They've got their flags flying. There's Texas Pioneer and also our United States of America red, white, and blue there too. And so on the other end, Brownsville Veterans Memorial, they're also lined up at their end zone. And so we're getting ready here to receive the colors here in just a few moments. And excited, under 8 minutes now before kickoff here in Sharyland, Texas. Beautiful evening here in South Texas. Nice little brisk breeze coming out of the east-northeast right now at this time, and hopefully drive some of that humidity out of the air. But either way, it's a little bit more comfortable than it has been the past few weeks here in South Texas, so we'll take it. And so you're watching here on Channel 4. You're watching here in RSL, Valley Central. And we're excited to have this call for you this evening. 7.5 minutes before kickoff. We'll be back here in a few moments after a commercial break. As we get closer, we'll jump into pregame, folks. And then we will have kickoff here in roughly about 7 minutes to go. Thanks for joining us again. Glad to have you here. Stick it right here with us on Channel 4.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995, or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
And the presentation of colors this evening here by Sharyland Pioneer Diamondback JROTC. And so they'll be presenting the colors here at midfield. We're going to take a moment and honor our national anthem. And we'll be back.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,995 or $26,995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
Hey Vaqueros fans, I'm Janelle Tanguma.
And I'm Blake Collin. Join us live for every UTRGV home football game for our pregame kickoff show, Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
We have been having a good old time at our tailgate fiesta.
We're bringing you live coverage, special guests, and fan energy leading up to kickoff. We'll see you at Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
V's up.
Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta is sponsored by the Bert Ogden Auto Group.
Inside Valley Politics, a fresh perspective on Valley, state, and national political issues. Join us as we feature in-depth interviews and original, unbiased reporting on topics important to you. Sunday at 6:30 a.m. on NBC 23.
When you're buying a car or trusting someone to take care of the one you already have, you want to know you're in good hands. Today, tomorrow, and every day after that. For over a century, Sames Automotive Group has been here. The oldest dealership group in Texas, built on a promise to do things the right way. A century of putting people first. A century of service and savings. A century of smiles. That's not just a tagline. That's the Sames way. Sames Automotive Group, delivering a century of trust.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,995 or $26,995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
And welcome to pregame here at Richard Thompson Stadium in Sharyland, Texas. Excited to be in the booth here. Aaron Sines along with Austin Luna. And excited your Diamondbacks are playing host to the Brownsville Veterans Memorial Chargers as they come in boasting a 5-0 record. Diamondbacks coming in at 4-1. Only loss coming to Brownsville Hannah in overtime, 25-22. And so they have had a successful pre-district campaign as well. Both teams come in very strong this evening, looking to polish off a few things before they both head into district play. Again, Brownsville Veterans Memorial coming in for that 6A representation and Sharyland Pioneer 5A. And so let's talk a little bit about that Brownsville Veterans Memorial offense, Austin. Prolific rushing. Say more about that.
Thanks, Aaron. Brownsville Veterans Memorial Chargers are currently undefeated, coming off a huge win over PSJA The Chargers have 30 rushing touchdowns this year, and they've only completed one pass on the season, still averaging a total of almost 500 offensive yards a game. They're not the best passing team, but they sure do have a great rushing attack. Over 10 rushing plays of 100-plus yards, and this Chargers team is going to be tough to stop on the ground for these Diamondbacks.
And really talk about that no passing. I was able to find one stat, and you found it also, Austin. Jake Signs one pass for 9 yards. That's it, folks. Everything else has been on the ground. Let's talk a little bit about that Pioneer offense. Number 9, Malachi Galindo. Everything's been running through him. 353 yards passing, 147 yards rushing for Galindo. And also William Goodlow will get in there from time to time, but his strength this season at least has been on the ground, rushing for 356 yards. But they're led by Dylan Tijerina. I'll talk a little bit about Dylan, Austin, as we get ready to talk about this Pioneer offense.
Dylan, a senior, coming in with 467 yards on the season, 8 rushing touchdowns, averaging almost 11.3 yards a carry. The Diamondbacks are really a dual threat team, but if they can get going on the ground, this is a dangerous Pioneer team.
All right, folks, there you have it. Pregame here, and we are ready. It is game time now at Richard Thompson Stadium, and the Diamondbacks will be receiving the first kickoff. And the Chargers, with that really strong and prolific offense, they'll go on defense first. Talk a little bit about that defense for the Chargers coming in. Leading tackler, number 33, Daniel Silvera. He comes in with 50 total tackles, folks. That is a lot for a high school player there. And so he leads his defense there in tackles, along with number 14, Deme Gracia, 39 tackles, and number 5, Andy Ayala with 39 tackles as well. And so that defense, again, led by number 33. And providing senior leadership there from that defensive line is Daniel Silvera. And he'll look to get this started here against Pioneer. Pioneer back deep to return for Pioneer, number 7, Marco Rodriguez there in the middle. He's got a couple of other friends on either side of him as well. And here we go, folks. We are ready to start. We're live, and we are excited here at Richard Thompson Stadium. And kickoff, and here we go. We're underway here Thursday night under the lights in deep, deep South Texas. This will be returned out past the 20, now the 25. Nice move there out to the 36 or 37-yard line he goes, and that's number 12 for the Diamondbacks, Ethan Calucayo, and doing a great job there, setting his offense up with good field position to get started. 1st and 10 now for the Pioneer Diamondbacks as they look to get started. Again, we talked a little bit about their offense, and their playmakers so far, as at the top of the leaderboard, I should say, is number 9, Malachi Galindo, with 353 yards passing, 147 yards rushing. And so that is a difference that this Pioneer team will bring to the field tonight. I think we did have a flag on the field, so they're going to march them back. Looks about 15 yards there, way back to about the 16-yard line. So that's a huge setback here for the Diamondbacks after a really nice opening return there of the kickoff. But that's what it is, folks. Here we go. Takes a snap, handoff up the middle, trying to find some space. They're all over that. The handoff there goes nowhere. And the Diamondbacks just trying to get something going there. Number 40 takes the carry to get it going. Cole Skurlock, sophomore here. And number 24, Dylan Tijerina, has been their bell cow early in the season, and surprised not to see him out there just yet. So I'll try to get eyes on him, see if he's even on. Oh, I see. You know what? Actually, I see him right there. He's in a boot, folks. So I missed that injury report. Tijerina is out. So he will not be playing tonight. Handoff up the middle. Skurlock out past the 22-yard line, and he gains about 6 yards on that play, and that looks good.
That's really showing the Pioneers' rushing attack right there. They are not just all pass. They can beat you on any type of play on the field. So let's see what they do here on 3rd down.
Fourth down now for the Pioneer Diamondbacks, and looks like punt situation will come up, but again, big blow there for the Diamondbacks. Number 24, Dylan Tijerina, out of the game. But it looks like they're going for it on 4th and 1, folks. Here with 10.5 left to go here in the first quarter. And Pioneer Diamondbacks and Coach Galindo going to show a little bit of moxie early on. Takes a snap, looks downfield, feels the pressure, runs on the outside, and he's going to be sacked in the backfield. And that's a big-time Charger sack there for number 33. And he gets there in the backfield, folks, and just causes all kinds of havoc. Nowhere for Galindo to go. And that is Silvera. We've been talking about him pre-game and about just the immense type of player that he is on the defensive side of the football. And watch this replay right here. Shotgun formation. Comes up right there on the outside, just gets past the offensive tackle and just shucks that blocker and nowhere to go. Check this out. Look how they're lined up here, folks. Kind of confusing that defense. Where they're going to go, nobody knows except for them. Rush to the line of scrimmage. Here we go. Old school right there. Pitch it out to his left. He's got the carry. Big running back down about the 11-yard line. And that's number 15 on the carry, Alejandro Mata. Austin, what do you think about that formation right there?
Yeah, this is a really old school formation right here, but it really works. The offensive line and the rushing attack, really great. Over 2,300 rushing yards on the season through 5 games. One of the top rushing teams in the state of Texas. So this formation, it really confuses defenses, but it is effective.
All right, here we go. Right back to it. Signs under center now. Hands off right-hand side, inside, down to the 6-yard line. And he's tackled right there. I think that's going to be just enough for a first down, Austin. And they're starting off with that big running back, number 15. That's Cesar Belmontes, and he leads the charge there for the Chargers with all those rushing yards, almost 1,000. He's going to get there pretty quick tonight.
Yeah, he's ranked number 18 in the state of Texas for rushing yards. So this is one of the top running backs in Texas you're seeing on the field right now.
All right, here we go. First and goal for the Chargers. Signs under center. Handoff. Belmontes up the middle. Touchdown, Chargers. And Belmontes will not be denied early on here at Richard Thompson Stadium.
Yeah, that's just a big, tough run by number 15, Belmontes, one of the top players here on this Chargers offense. And they are not going to stop scoring until you stop them.
And he just ran over Gael Garcia, number 33, the linebacker. And Gael just kind of looked like, man, where did he come from? And just amazing, strong run there. And Belmontes just able to get it in the end zone with ease on that one. The extra point is up, and it is good. And with that, we are at 7-0 is our score here from Richard Thompson Stadium. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back for kickoff, folks. But thanks for joining us. Channel 4, Real Sports Live, 7-0.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,995 or $26,995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
And first inning coming up now for Sharyland Pioneer after that sack really on fourth down gave the Chargers an excellent field position to start this game, and it really took almost no time to march downfield and to get a score. And the Charger offense, just looking at that long I formation, if you will, just really fooling that defense. But here you go, Pioneer trying to get something going. They can, but again, they're running with a sophomore running back right now, and he's doing well so far, gain of 4 yards.
Yeah, offense pulling right there, opening the gate for him to get almost a first down, gain of 5. Really good first play to try and get some momentum after that turnover on downs last drive.
All right, number 40 on the carry there, doing a great job so far, Cole Skurlock. He's a sophomore, folks, running back for the Pioneer Diamondbacks. Again, number 24, the bell cow for this offense, is out with injury. Galindo up the middle, and he'll be tackled right there. And guess who it is? Number 33, Daniel Silvera, that senior defensive lineman, and he just gets penetration, creates all kinds of chaos in the backfield.
Yeah, Silvera, really the leader of this defense. As you said, 50 tackles. Now he has 51. 11 tackles for loss, a fumble recovery. He's all over the field. 3 sacks. Here comes Tijerina, and he's tackled away.
Incomplete pass there for Tijerina. 3rd down coming up. And really, you're looking at this Brownsville Veterans Memorial defense, and the pressure they're able to get on this quarterback early on has been palpable. And really doing a great job. And if you can get pressure on that quarterback, you make him throw the ball faster than he wants to, and he has no lanes to scramble. And that's the thing also. That's a great job that this Veterans Memorial defense has been doing early on here in this ball game. And so really a combination of all those things has led to the Pioneer offense really not being able to get going. Here we go. Punt time. Back to return for the Chargers, number 1. That's Tyson Rios, the senior safety. And he'll get an opportunity to give his offense another chance. He had here early to score. Goodlow here on the punt. Nice looking punt. Kind of end over end, but will be returned at the 30. Now past the 35. And he'll be tackled there by a gang of gray jerseys. We'll take a quick commercial break, folks. It's going to be first down. Chargers when we come back.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995, or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
All right, we're back 1st and 10 now for the Chargers. Here we go. Running the ball is what they do, and they'll do it again right here. Up the middle, signs on the keeper, and he'll push the pile there, gain about 2 yards.
Yep, you love to see this I formation here. If your grandpa wanted to love a team, this would be the team. The Brownsville Veterans Memorial Chargers, 500 rushing yards a game.
I love it too, and they talk about that old 3 yards in a cloud of dust, right? And so it's just they're not ashamed to use their weapons. That offensive line, got to talk about them a little bit. They're not the hugest. They're not the biggest, right? But they're able to move really, really well. That center is light, but he's calling out that plays there for his offensive line. Breaks through. Here we go. Belmontes down to the 44-yard line, and that's what he can do right there, folks. First down, Chargers.
Huge lane right there. Another big run for Belmontes, and that's just what this offensive line does for the Chargers. They will break open huge lanes for the running back or quarterback to get in there and get a huge gain.
And watching that replay right there, and Belmontes just doing a great job. Like you said, following those blockers, finding that gap, and just punching it through. 1st and 10 now, Chargers. Man in motion. Belmontes up the middle, pushing his offensive lineman, and he gains about 7 on that carry.
Yep, a lot of teams nowadays don't want to run the ball, but this shows what it can do. It can tire out this defense, and already you're starting to see that the defensive line is starting to tire out, and this offensive line getting the better of them.
2nd down now. 2nd and short for the Chargers. And here we go. Signs under center. Again, thrown one time for 9 yards. Pitch this time on the outside. The speedster's going to break this one. Down to the 20, 15, down to the 5. Touchdown, Chargers. Number 2, Calvin Trevelyan. And he takes this one to the house.
Calvin Trevelyan, he is mainly a receiver. He had their one catch on the season, but he also runs. This is a huge, another rushing play, and the Pioneer defense just cannot stop the Chargers.
Right here, folks, you'll see here Trevelyan on the outside, and great block set up here by number 4 of the Chargers. That is Maddox Bond, and that really sealed it on the outside, and it really created that space for him to get up inside of that and just race to the end zone. Really, nobody was going to catch him at that point. And so our score now is 13-0. Kick is up, and it is good. 14-0 after that play there by Trevelyan. And the Chargers here early at Richard Thompson Stadium with a charging lead. 14-0 is your score. Quick commercial break, folks, and we will be back.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995, or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
And here we are back. Kickoff time here at Richard Thompson Stadium. And another kickoff here for the Chargers. They get their second touchdown of the night. 2 rushing touchdowns here early on. Nice return here by the Diamondbacks. Brings it out, number 15. That's Alejandro Mata out to the 32-yard line.
Yep. Pioneer gonna need a huge drive here, down 2 scores early in the first quarter. This Charger defense being led by Daniel Silvera, bringing home the wrecking ball to the Diamondbacks.
Man, we talked about him pregame, and he is not disappointed so far here early in this game. Really been a game changer on the defensive side of the football for the Chargers. And, of course, their offense is just taking advantage of those opportunities. 1st and 10 now, Pioneer. Like you said, Goodlow now is in at the quarterback position, shotgun. A quick pitch out there to his receiver, number 12. That's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, this Charger defense is going to bring pressure. They average 2.5 sacks a game and only allow 16.4 points a game. So this Charger defense is going to bring the house to you if you don't stop them.
And I remember last year, watching Goodlow play here on this field, and really had a good handle of the offense. Nice little toss there. He's got a huge arm, and you can see it right there. Lets that one sail out of bounds. But really, it's been kind of back and forth between him and Galindo. But I think if you're looking at throwing the ball downfield, Goodlow's a good option.
Yeah, definitely. He has more passing yards on the season, 575, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. But if I had to choose a passer, it would be Goodlow.
All right, they're down and 10 now for the Diamondbacks. Again, sophomore running back in the backfield, Cole Skurlock. And he's been handling most of the running duties so far this game. Here, nice pickup, 1st down and more here for the Diamondbacks. Down to 40, cross midfield, 30, now 25. And he falls down right there, number 15 for the Diamondbacks. That is Alejandro Mata.
That is a huge play for the Diamondbacks, getting them into Charger territory. That's really one of their first big plays of the evening to set them down almost in the red zone, and they need to take advantage of this.
Yeah, nice little fancy footwork there by Mata. Mata had a great season last year, too. He's looking to kind of return. He hasn't been at the top of the receiving stats so far yet, but he is a prolific receiver if he gets the opportunities. Here we go, right around 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Goodlow, he'll be stopped in the backfield, nowhere for him to go.
Yeah, that's just, again, that strong Charger defense not letting anything through the line. They are going to keep doing that all game long.
2nd down, about 12 yards to go for Goodlow. Goodlow again. I did see, Austin, on that last drive, that Galindo did come off limping. And so I saw him kind of looking like a hip or a leg issue. And so that could be a reason why Goodlow is in here this drive. But so far, so good. 2nd down, here comes a pressure screen getting set up. Looked really low, but looks like it'll be caught. Number 2 catches that. That's Andrew Leal, and he'll gain about 7 on that.
Yeah, again, Goodlow showing his passing ability and his chemistry with his receivers to get that down, almost a 1st down. This is going to be a huge play right here. 3rd down and in the red zone.
Here we go, folks. Goodlow making good of this drive right now for the Diamondbacks. Moving the ball like they have not so far. Blitz on the outside. He reads that. Up the middle. Quarterback keeper right around the 10-yard line. That's a 1st down pickup for the Diamondbacks.
Huge run play. Goodlow showing what he can do on the ground, not just in the air. And they are down at the 10, about to be, let's say, 1st down. They'll have 1 yard to go from the goal. And this is a huge drive for the Diamondbacks, trying to get on the board here with 3 minutes to go.
Watch the replay right here. You'll see the blitz at the top of your screen, and Goodlow reads that, and so he takes it inside. Path of least resistance. First and goal now, like you said, right inside that 10-yard line with 3.5 to go here in the first quarter. Good blocking by the offensive line. Goodlow can run this one in the end zone, but he tosses it. That's going to be a touchdown, Diamondbacks. Touchdown, Diamondbacks to the back of the end zone, and he finds a receiver there, number 12 for the Diamondbacks. That's going to be Ethan, Calacayo. I love that name right there.
Yeah, huge. Another great pass from Goodlow on this drive. They were able to execute this so well. He finds him open in the back of the end zone and the offensive line, bringing really a chance for him to get some points for the Pioneer Diamondbacks.
And here we go, folks. Extra point attempt, and now we have 14-6 your score. Calacayo on that touchdown reception there. And Goodlow looking really good on that drive. Extra point attempt, it's up, and it is good. 7 points for the Diamondbacks. 14-7 is their score now. And just like that, we've got a ball game here in the first quarter. The Diamondbacks will try to do what they have not been able to do so far this evening and stop this Chargers offense. When we get back, commercial break, folks, we'll be back for kickoff.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995, or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
And we're back here, 1st and 10, getting set up here for the Chargers. And the Chargers will have their longest field to work with so far tonight, Austin.
Yep, the Chargers defense has really helped out the offense here. This is going to be their first, normal drive of the evening, and let's see what they can do. They're 2 for 2 on drives currently, both rushing, as we know, 32 rushing yards on the season. Let's see if they have another one in them right here.
All those touchdowns, wow, like combined, right? I was looking at that individual touchdown, 13 for Belmontes. Was added one tonight, and then Trevelyan 10 added one tonight. So now they're at 14 and 11, and they just keep growing that. But like we said, they have a full field to work with here. And here we go. 3:11 left to go in the first quarter. Handoff up the middle. Belmontes gain about 5 yards.
Yep, I love to see the running formation from the Chargers. I have not seen anything like this in the Rio Grande Valley. So for it to be working so well, really against the opponents that they're playing, is really a miracle or a dream come true.
I mean, if you're an offensive coach and you can just run the football without risking interceptions, without risking killing the clock, if you will, and you can just run the ball and they can't stop that, just keep doing that. And obviously, Veterans Memorial, I mean, they rode this type of offense far deep into the playoffs a couple years ago. And so they've been able to use this as their foundation. The rushing attack. Signs on the outside. He gains enough, I believe, for a first down. Chargers.
Yep, Cyan's not much of a passer, but definitely a runner, a huge contributor to the Chargers offense. And you were talking about that run a couple years ago to the state semifinals, and that was just pure run offense there. It was nothing but.
And that was an exciting game. I remember Joe Bowling right here from Real Sports Live, and I had that call against Corpus Christi Miller down in Brownsville, and just an amazing game. I'll never forget that. One of the highlights of my broadcasting career. And we're looking at Trevelyan was there, right, at that time, and you had some of these guys that are still on this roster that have been in this program for a few years now. A short run there, second down coming up.
Yeah, it really helps to build experience, especially in the postseason, in the playoffs. It really helps with obviously senior leadership, upperclassmen leadership, helping to calm those nerves and really get drives going in the playoffs against tougher opponents as the playoffs go on.
Yeah, Belmontes and Trevelyan, and there was another Trevelyan, but a lot of these guys have been a part of this program. They were freshmen, sophomores at that time, and so they're bringing all that experience with them now. Nice little pitch out there, but this time the Diamondback defense is all over it, and that's a big stop there for number 5. The Diamondbacks, that's Isaac Rios.
Yep, definitely a big stop there. Isaac Rios, definitely a huge contributor to this Diamondback defense, and a huge play right there to set up third down. And if the Chargers or the Diamondbacks can stop the Chargers, this is going to be a huge play right here.
Yeah, and Isaac Rios leads the team now with 40 total tackles on the season, and so he comes from that defensive back position. Great job there getting some disruption in the backfield. Third down for the Chargers. This Diamondback defense is starting to show up right now, and they need it. And I tell you what, that momentum that they had on the last drive with Goodlow and company, this is a good moment to pour it on. Here we go. Third down now. Handoff. Belmontes up the middle. That's going to be short. Fourth down. Fourth down for the Chargers.
Short of the line, and the Pioneer defense comes up huge. They just stuff the middle of the field on the quarterback draw. Huge stop, and it looks like the Chargers are going for this. So does Pioneer have one more stop in them?
Now watch this right here. Great job. Belmontes doing what he's been doing all night long. But this time, great stop right there by the defensive tackle. And just trips him up. And right before he hits that next level. One more play here. Quarterback keeper signs up the middle. Dives forward. We're going to wait for the linesman and the head linesman to confer here. And we'll have a call for you here in a moment. But this is exciting. Waiting, waiting, and waiting. Here we go. Official call. And what do they say? It's short. It's going to be Diamondback football.
Huge stop for the Diamondbacks, getting the Chargers in their own territory. That's the first stop Pioneers had all night on defense, and it comes up in a huge moment towards the end of the first quarter.
And right there you see the Whitecaps saying it is Diamondback football, and so they went with that quick quarterback sneak there by number 0. That's Jake Signs. And Diamondbacks coming up huge. And here we go. Now they get a chance. Offense really looked good last drive out. Probably be the last play of the first quarter. Keeper up the middle. That's Goodlow, I believe, and he'll lose about 2 yards on that carry.
Yep, that's just, again, Brownsville Veterans run defense showing up huge. Obviously, we talked about their big ability to bring home tackle for losses and get you behind the sticks, and that's really a drive killer right here. At Pioneers 2nd and 12, that's going to be a huge loss for them and momentum.
We'll have that right here when we come back after this commercial break. Second quarter here from Richard Thompson Stadium.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995, or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No.
And we're back. Second down and about 12 yards to go. Call it 13 for the Diamondbacks. Goodlow, he's right at that 50-yard line. Shotgun formation. Bats it out to his receiver. Good catch there, but nowhere to go. I think you'll lose yardage on that one.
Again, another tackle for loss. That's the TFL ability of the Charger defense. They bring home huge hits. 50 tackles or 51 tackles, their leader Silvera, 11 tackle for losses. They are going to bring the house, especially on here this third down.
Mata there on the reception. Mata usually doing a great job of getting downfield and getting open. This time, little screen set up and nowhere to go. So third down, and I'll call it 16 for the Diamondbacks. Goodlow had a really good drive in company, obviously not him by himself, but he really engineered that last drive. And like you said, you know, Veterans Memorial here just doing a great job. They're getting into that tackle for loss mentality, and that's dangerous if you're the Diamondbacks. Downfield wants Mata on the outside there and just overthrows him. Ball sails outside across the sideline.
Yeah, their last drive was really promising, but here tackle for losses, bad plays, again killing the Pioneer momentum. They had a huge opportunity to go down with the turnover in Charger territory, but now they're going to have to punt the ball away here to the Chargers.
Well, Goodlow is a punter. He's also the quarterback, so he's lining up like he's going for it. He might drop back, and there he does. Now he's going to drop back into that punt formation, kind of quick punt style, but he can still throw it. Watch out for that. Good-looking punt. Is it too far outside, too quick? And it is. So really they're not going to yield very many yards there. But regardless, that is going to be Charger football. They did get stalled out for the first time last drive as the Diamondback defense did their job. Right back after these commercials.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,995 or $26,995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
All right, here we go. Pitch out here on the outside. Trevelyan across the 40, across the 45, across midfield. Now he goes into that Diamondback territory, and that's a big run there for Trevelyan.
Yep, like you said, another huge run for Trevelyan, who has a touchdown tonight. He's going to start getting hot as the Charger offensive line starts again opening up those holes against the Pioneer defense. Pioneer, they do have 29 tackle for losses on the season, but right here, it's just the offensive line taking control.
There's that replay right there, and you can see Trevelyan in his speed, and once he gets outside, he is hard to catch. Motion here, but they'll give it to the up back. That's Belmontes, and he's a big running back. Flag on the play. He is down at the 30-yard line, but I think this is coming back.
Yep, another flag. I'm not sure which team it is on, but Pioneer trying to come in here. They've recovered 11 fumbles against opposing offenses. I don't know if they can pull off a turnover here. It looks like there is an injured Charger on the field right now.
Yeah, and that's a big, deep sigh right there for Charger football fans, because that is number 15, Cesar Belmontes, the senior running back who just had that carry, and he is down on the ground, hoping nothing serious, folks. But as they tend to him, we will take a commercial break, and we'll be back, and we'll find out what that flag was for as well. Looks like just a cramp, and hopefully that's all it is. So hopefully he'll be back in the game. Commercial break, we'll be back.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,995 or $26,995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
And we're back here, folks. 2nd down and 4 after that first down run there for the Chargers. And Belmontes was injured, but he is coming back on the field here. You'll see him enter the top left of your screen here just in a moment. There he is. And so that's a sigh of relief now for Charger fans. And also a sigh of, if you're a Diamondbacks fan, because he has been hot this evening. Of course, him kind of pounding you up the middle in between tackles, and then Trevelyan on the outside. 1-2 punch has been there. Here's Trevelyan in motion, but handoff goes to Belmontes up the middle, and he's making some guys miss inside the 20-yard line. That should be enough for a first down.
Yep, another first down. Looks like he is down on the ground again. I'm not sure if he injured the same thing.
I mean, he just came back in for one play, folks, and man, we really hope that it's nothing serious, because just here looking in the booth, and I said, man, he got up, bounced up pretty quickly, walked off on his own, and I said, hopefully more than like that's just a cramp situation, but he's down again, folks, off screen here. So we're going to take a quick commercial break here. We're right at 9.5 left to go here in the first half. Our score is 14-7, and we're just hoping and praying that all is okay there with Cesar Belmonte. So they're treating him on the field, folks. We'll be back right here after this commercial break.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995, or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
Hey Vaqueros fans, I'm Janelle Tanguma.
And I'm Blake Collin. Join us live for every UTRGV home football game for our pregame kickoff show, Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
We have been having a good old time at our tailgate fiesta.
We're bringing you live coverage, special guests, and fan energy leading up to kickoff. We'll see you at Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
V's up.
Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta is sponsored by the Bert Ogden Auto Group.
Inside Valley Politics, a fresh perspective on Valley, state, and national political issues. Join us as we feature in-depth interviews and original, unbiased reporting on topics important to you. Sunday at 6:30 a.m. on NBC 23.
And we're back, folks, and unfortunately, Belmontes was taken off the field on that little SUV-type cart there, and I think just more precautionary than anything. But again, like you said, I really hope all is okay with that young man. He is an amazing, amazing player for this team and brought a lot of electricity so far here this evening. So whoever they put in here for the up-back, that's number 24, it looks like. That's going to be Manny Escobedo. He's going to get those touches. And quick hit right up the middle, gain of 1 yard.
Yeah, Belmontes, that's a really huge hit to the Charger offense. Coming off the field for injury, they had put him just one play after the injury, but unfortunately he had to be carted off the field there. So I'm really confident though that this Charger offense can get going with the rushers that they do have.
Yeah, Manny Escobedo jumping in there, and like you said, I think it's a stable of runners that the Chargers have. Each one of them does something different though, and that's the thing. Again, with Belmontes, he's that power back, but he has speed as well. He'll make guys miss, but really has that ability to power through. And so now they'll bring in a junior running back, Trevelyan there in motion. Signs steps out of this one a little bit, looking there to his coaches, see what they're going to do. Trevelyan will reset. I think it'll be timeout. So coaches will take a timeout. Signs saw something definitely in that defense and wanted to try to audible, but need to take a moment here and get here on coach's side. We'll keep it right here for a little bit, Austin. So let's talk about the impact of Belmontes on this offense and, kind of what losing him can do.
Yeah, 1,000-yard rusher, really the best rusher on this Charger team. And for him to come off the field, but I'm still really confident that in the second line of running backs that are going to come in here into the game. And this is a huge second down here. You're in the red zone in Diamondback territory. This is going to be a huge play.
So Belmonte's down and out right now. And so Chargers will just reload here in the backfield and bring in number 24. That's Manny Escobedo. And he's a junior running back. Going back to this kind of that long line here. And they're going to kind of spread and sprint to the line of scrimmage. And the defense doesn't really know where they're going to line up. And so kind of a mystery here for them. And here we go. Keeper up the middle and gain there of about 3 yards.
Yeah, the Chargers pre-snap motion really reminds me of Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs and all the trickery they do pre-snap, all the motion, the play names. I'm sure one of the play names they have in their playbook is like Waffle House or something.
Yeah.
So just really, I love to see it. I love to see it on the field.
Yeah, I love the creativity, right? And really, when you look at the offense, there's not a lot to it. I mean, it's triple option. They're going to give to the pitchman, the pitchman, or keeper for signs, and he's going to make that determination pre-snap, and then sometimes as he snaps, he'll read the defensive end. But so they add in these little wrinkles. There's Trevelyan there up the middle. He sprints to the outside, breaks into the inside now. Touchdown, Chargers! Off the back of number 2, Calvin Trevelyan, and the Chargers are on the board again. Touchdown number 2 for that young man right there.
Yep, his second touchdown of the night, really coming in again there for Belmontes, and that's going to really show what the Diamondbacks are going to have their hands on tonight with Belmontes out.
Trevelyan having no problem stepping up. Again, talk about him in pregame, and he comes in here too and say, yeah, Belmontes is a 1,000-yard rusher. Well, Trevelyan's up at 676 pregame, and so now he's over 700 yards on the season, and he himself has now 12 touchdowns on the season. The extra point attempt is going to be no good, and so with that, I'll say 20-7 is your score here. But Trevelyan, he's saying, yeah, I miss my buddy Belmontes, and he does some special things, but Trevelyan shows and reminds us that he can do special things too.
Yeah, the Diamondbacks are obviously going to have their hands full rushing tonight with the high prolific rushing offense that the Chargers do have. I'm pretty sure they probably have 2,400 total yards on the season now with the drives that they've had. 3 for 4 tonight. That only stopped coming when Pioneer had that really burst of momentum and took advantage of scored. But it's really just been all Chargers tonight.
All right, here we go. Quick commercial break, folks. We'll be back for kickoff.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995, or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
And here we go. Kickoff time for the Diamondbacks. This is going to be sailing way down there by the sideline, but it will be returned out to the 20-25. Nice move there. Across the 30, and he's going to come across the 36-yard line. And that's number 15, Alejandro Mata.
Yep, setting up the Diamondbacks nearly to the 40. That's going to be crucial field position. 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Diamondbacks really haven't been able to get anything all game long aside from that one touchdown drive. This is going to be really a crucial drive here nearing the end of the first half.
All right, 7:22 left to go here in the first half. And we've got ourselves a game here, folks. And really that Charger offense came out strong 2 in a row. And the Diamondbacks were able to put together a good offensive drive, score the ball. Then came out, kind of got stifled a little bit. But here we go again. Goodlow gets an opportunity. Shotgun formation now for him. Handoff. Nice pickup there. That's Cole Skurlock. And he gains about 7 yards on that carry.
Yep, again, Goodlow running the ball here. Good gain, about 6, I'll say. And that's really what's been working for the Diamondbacks tonight. The rushing attack, in spite of the Charger run defense, they've been able to get some good gains here and there.
Second down and about 3 yards to go now. And just a messed up play there for the Chargers. It looked like the pooling offensive lineman, and I think they're going to call him false start maybe. That just looked kind of like a mess here. See if we can catch this.
Yeah, another mistake, really just killing the drives of that the Diamondbacks are having here. Another mistake that's going to cost them here on the second down.
Now, see, check this replay out here, folks. See that guard, the right guard is the one that popped up first, and he was going to be pulling, meaning that he was going to back out of his position. He was going to go left, and then he was going to fill that gap in between the center and guard on the left-hand side, and he just went too early. So it's going to be a false start that kills the play. So second down and 8 to go. Goodlow on the keeper, spin move there, falls forward to about the 45-yard line. He's about a yard short of the first down marker.
Yep, huge third down coming up here, and I would call a quarterback draw with the way he's moving on this drive, rushing attack. Really, that's again, as we said, the only thing that's been working for the Diamondbacks tonight.
Well, Goodlow's one of the bigger players here in the field. You can see there he's got the frame for it. Oh, he's open on the outside. That's going to be a nice pickup. First down. Goodlow throws to number 9, Malachi Galindo, who started the game at quarterback tonight for the Diamondbacks, and he's going to have enough for the first down.
Yep, Galindo, really dual threat, wide receiver and quarterback. He did have that huge drive when they did go down and score and he did start at quarterback, as you said, on the first drive for the Diamondbacks, but he's come in here big for the Diamondbacks at wide receiver.
And here we go. Handoff, right-hand side. Nice spin move, gain of 3 yards there for Skurlock.
Yep, just another really tough, gritty run there by the Diamondbacks, and they're really gonna have to do that as this clock drains down. Obviously, as we keep on saying this drive, that's the rushing attack. That's the only thing that's been working for them tonight.
All right, Goodlow in that shotgun formation. He can throw the ball, but hasn't had to so far. Running the ball, and he does it again, right-hand side now. Following his blockers, skips over one. That's a first down and more for the Diamondbacks, and Goodlow finding a rhythm now.
Yep, Goodlow saying to the Charger offense, whatever you can do, I can do better. He's leading the Diamondbacks here on this drive inside nearly the Charger red zone all alone. He is taking them down the field.
Goodlow looking really good here again. He had a wonderful drive here earlier in the first quarter. He's going to put together another one here in the second. 1st and 10. Diamondbacks. Goodlow in that shotgun looking downfield. Little screen there on the outside. Connects with his receiver. Brings it inside. Inside the 10-yard line he goes, and that's first down, Diamondbacks.
Huge pass. They say read option. We've been running it all the time. They come back and they pass back inside the 5. Huge drive. 5 minutes to go. Can the Diamondbacks punch it in, though?
All right, here we go. That was Leal on the reception and run. Keeper by Goodlow up the middle, pushing the pile down inside the 4-yard line.
Yep, just pushing up into first or second and goal. They went hurry up on the last drive, and they are going no huddle here.
All right, here we go. 2nd down and goal now. Goodlow. He's got Skurlock there in the backfield with him. Here comes Blitz on the outside. Reads it. Hands it off up to Skurlock. Skurlock inside the 3-yard line.
Chargers trying to make a goal line stand here. 3rd and goal. Huge play coming up from the 2-yard line.
Goodlow looking really smooth right here on this drive. We do have a player on the field, and so all this rhythm, all this momentum, it looks like it'll take a brief pause, and so will we. We'll take an injury timeout, folks, and we'll be back. This is a big drive here, 3rd and goal when we get back.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995, or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
All right, we're back here, folks. 3rd and goal now, and we do have an injured player coming off the field for the Diamondbacks. Number 55 is being helped off. That's Alejandro Flores, the junior offensive lineman, and so hopefully all is okay with him. So each team now has lost a player to injury here early in this first half of the game. 3rd down and goal now. Goodlow looking really comfortable here on this drive. And we do know that Galindo, who started the game at quarterback, is out deep in that wide receiver position. He's off screen here at the bottom. But here we go. Goodlow and Skurlock in the backfield. Just over 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Here we go. Goodlow, right-hand side, following blockers. Stiff arm now. Pointing for that end zone. Does he get it? Waiting, and it says touchdown, Diamondbacks. Touchdown.
Another huge run. He led them all the way down the field with his legs, and they punch it in here. Huge score for Pioneer.
Hold the record right there, folks, because we're going to have a holding call on Pioneer. And so this is thrown over here by the Whitecap referee. Threw that from back deep where the quarterback usually is. And so that's going to be a hold there. He saw something. And so 3rd down and goal for Pioneer. Ball is going to be placed at, what's that, about the 14-yard line? 16-yard line, I'm sorry, the other side. And so they've got 3rd and goal from the 16 now. And so that promising drive and exciting exclamation point that was to be by Goodlow is now for naught.
Yeah, really unfortunate. Their 4th flag tonight. That really kills really a lot of the momentum they could have gotten. Their score would have made it about 20-14 going in nearly into the half, and they could have stopped them, maybe scored on the next drive. But they're probably gonna have to settle for a field goal here if they don't have a big play.
All right, they're gonna take a timeout on the field, and so will we. We'll be back for 3rd and goal from the 16-yard line.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995, or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956s.
And Goodlow up the middle. I'm going to come back from that commercial break because you almost broke that one. Inside the 10-yard line goes Goodlow. And we're right under 4 minutes to go here in the first half. It's going to be 4th and goal from about the 7-yard line.
It looks like Pioneer is staying on the field. Oh, wait, no, the field goal unit coming back out on Pioneer just going to take their points nearing the end of the first half. It was a good drive, but that penalty that eliminated it from the goal line, really unfortunate.
Yeah, that was a touchdown, folks, and it was called back because of a holding penalty against the Diamondbacks. And like you said, Austin, just really detrimental. I mean, they had points on the board, but 3 is better than nothing, and so they're going to attempt this field goal attempt right here. About a 24, and it's going to be blocked. It is blocked, folks, and the Chargers blocked the field goal. No, so they'll get the ball back right there inside the 15-yard line, but a big special team play there from the Chargers, and the Diamondbacks will not get any points on the board.
Yep, Pioneer coming up empty again. That's really the 4th time they've come up empty on a drive. Really promising thing again. As you said, they did punch it in the flag, bringing it back on the holding, and that's just another drive killer by Pioneer. When they're so close, they're really bringing this game together.
And watch this replay right here. It's number 20 for the Chargers who gets in there. That's Eric Gallegos, the junior cornerback, and he just comes in off the edge unblocked. Uses his speed there and just flattens out in the air and blocks that field goal. And so no points here for the Diamondbacks and the Chargers. Their offense has been stellar. And they are down Belmontes, who was really the workhorse for them early on. But Trevelyan is in there, and he's proven to be a home run hitter here tonight. But we're going to go timeout Chargers, and then we'll get this drive going. So, Austin, we're looking at this Charger offense, and, of course, we talked a lot about Belmontes and him going down, but Trevelyan's in there, and he's really that home run hitter, meaning that, and to use a baseball analogy in football, but really, I mean, he could take it to the house any touch.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of their running backs have over, let's say, 300 rushing yards on the season. I'll say 3 maybe. It is probably more than that. But, again, the Chargers are a run-first team, and they do it so well. Again, over 2,400 total yards on the season, and most of that is rushing. They average 11 yards a carry for the whole team, and that is impressive for the defenses that they've been facing. Coming off against PHA, Laredo, Alexander, Brownsville, St. Joseph. Those are good run defenses that they are getting into and scoring points, 45.2 a game.
I mean, essentially what that means is every time they run the football, it's 11-yard average, it's a first down. Like, how do you compete against that? And I think, that's going to be something, for, once they get into district play against Los Fresnos and Harlan, San Benito, Brownsville, Hanna, that they're going to have to contend with. But the game's not over tonight. Trevelyan here on the carry on the outside. And, I talk about him being a speed back, but right there he's showing a little bit of strength as well.
Yep, this Chargers offense kind of reminds me of Economides High School. Both they are undefeated. They are averaging 56 points a game, more than the Chargers. They are having a historic season, but they both have a great rushing attack. Obviously, the Chargers doing it better than most in the state of Texas.
Well, I think Economides is the star quarterback. I mean, he kind of runs off of him, and he just does a great job. Amazing athlete. The Chargers here have a couple guys like that. And so here's Trevelyan, one of those. First down, looks like it barely. I thought he was going to have more, but great wrap-up tackle there by number 3 for the Diamondbacks. That's Damien Hernandez.
Yep, he tried to, spin around to the outside, but Pioneer comes up with a big stop there that will set up a big defensive play. Is it a turnover?
I know, first down. He's got it. So here we go, 1st and 10 Chargers. And Signs under the center there. We don't call his name too much unless he keeps it, but he's the point guard there. He's the one in charge of distributing the football, and he does it to Trevelyan again. Trevelyan's still on his feet. Past midfield of 40, 35, 30, and he'll be taken down there finally by number 15. But that is a huge gain there for Trevelyan.
Yep, inside the 30, Trevelyan again, 2 touchdowns tonight. The best running back so far that the Chargers have had in this game. Obviously, with Belmontes out, he's going to be taking the majority of the carries, and he's doing it so well right now. And Pioneer doesn't really have an answer on defense for Trevelyan.
We're going to take a commercial break, folks. 1st down and 10 coming up for the Chargers. Ball is marked down at the 31-yard line. Trevelyan now has become the workhorse for this Chargers offense. Be back in a few moments.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,995 or $26,995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
And we're back. Pitch out here on the outside, inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line. Goes number 4 for Veterans Memorial. That is Maddox Bond.
Yeah, first time we've called his name tonight. And again, that's just showing the Chargers' ability to spread the rock around and still be successful.
Maddox Bond, like you said, he gets an opportunity here. And Junior, he's marked here in kind of a split back / running back, and he can kind of do it all. Earlier he was down on a tackle as well in special teams. 1st and 10, now Chargers. Signs under center, 3 running backs in the backfield. He'll keep this one up the middle. Bounds it inside down at the goal line. I see the ball come loose, though. Where did it go? And I think that's into the hands of another Charger. That's touchdown Chargers.
The ball comes loose at the goal line, but it really drops into the hands of another Charger. So still touchdown Brownsville Veterans. They are talking about it here, but I think that is a touchdown. Great run again. The offensive line bringing them open and getting Cyans in the end zone.
Well, it just depends on where you fumbled it, because you cannot advance a fumble. And so I think that's what the officials are going to talk about. Where did Signs lose possession of the football? I think it looked like it was about the 1-yard line or so, but we'll have to wait here. It's kind of hard to see, though, because there's a big jumble mess down there. But wherever he fumbled is going to be where it's marked down. Now, if they do decide that he fumbled inside the end zone and it was recovered by one of his offensive players, it's a touchdown. But let's say he fumbled, lost position, like at the 1 yard line, they're 2. They're going to have to mark it down right there because he cannot advance. You cannot advance a fumble.
Yeah, I think the Chargers are set up in extra point formation right now, but referee's still talking about it.
All right, here we go. Can't really hear him. So it is going to be a touchdown. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Chargers. So the score will stand, is what he's saying, but there will be a penalty and yards assessed because of that unsportsmanlike conduct. So that means that they did assess that he lost the ball probably right at the goal line, I think, where it was, and so therefore, that's recovered in the end zone. That's a touchdown.
Yeah, they're going to force that penalty on the kickoff, going to make this about a 25-yard extra point. Or, no, they're moving back.
Yeah, they move it back. So, again, we can't hear the white cap in here, and so it's kind of hard for me to – can't read lips, number one, so I'm just trying to go off of his motions. But regardless, either way, looks like they're going to go for the extra point. Yes, they are. And they're set up and ready to go for that. 26-7 is our current score pending the extra point now. Here comes the rush off the outside there, but it'll be clean, and the extra point is up, and it's good. 27-7 is your score.
Yep, all Chargers tonight. Pioneer, no answer on defense. Obviously, we were talking about Chargers coming into this game. The big story is their offense, the rushing attack, and it's been all rushing touchdowns tonight. So, again, they are showing up big in this game of the week.
27-7 is our score here at Richard Thompson Stadium. Back after these commercials.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995, or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
And we're back here. Kickoff time, 27-7. Now the penalty's been assessed here on the kickoff. And so Pioneer, hopefully for them, should be able to get a good return out of this one. Needing to get some kind of momentum here. Pioneer will be kicking off in the second half, so the Chargers will get the ball yet again. This will be returned across the 40, 45, across the 50, down to the 45, and it'll be taken out in Charger territory.
Huge return there. Maybe Pioneer can get something going here towards the end of the half. They're probably going to need it going in down about 3 scores.
See the return there, number 3. As Damian Hernandez doing a great job there for the Diamondbacks. And 1st and 10 now. Goodlow and the company have produced some pretty good drives here. They scored earlier, had another great drive last time out, but had a blocked field goal. Remember, they had that touchdown that was called back by a holding penalty. And then we're going to settle for a field goal, and then that was blocked, and so no points on the board. And really, that's just been kind of the story of Pioneer. They get momentum going, and then they kind of hit a wall, and then not able to go any further. So 1st and 10 for Goodlow. Takes a snap. Sherlock up the middle. Nice run here for him, and he's a first down for the Pioneer Diamondbacks.
Yeah, mistakes really killing the Pioneer or drives that Pioneers had, but here inside or just outside of the 25, maybe they can get something going here. Almost under a minute to go. Pioneer driving down the field.
Sherlock in the backfield. He'll get the handoff again. Right-hand side. Makes a nice move inside the tackle there, and he's down close to that first down marker, and Sherlock's really coming on strong here.
Yep, again, just another run around the edge, and that's getting around that big defensive line for the Chargers. Obviously, that really gets in the backfield. A lot of tackle for losses, a lot of solo tackles. That is huge.
Goodlow going to follow Sherlock this time. Sherlock the lead blocker. Goodlow hopping through inside the 10-yard line, about maybe a half yard short of the first down marker.
Yeah, that's going to bring up about 1st and goal. And again, they're going to the outside, and that seems to be working for the Diamondbacks, really getting around that, as I said, big defensive line for the Chargers.
All right, here's Goodlow, a little hop inside. He likes to get airborne a little bit, and he does that quite often. He's just a tall body out there, and he's able to cover a lot of ground as a hurdler, if you would. So 2nd down here in about 2 coming up, a short 2 for the Diamondbacks, and they want nothing more but to get on this scoreboard here. If they get a touchdown here, it'll be 27-14 with a good extra point, and still got yourself a ball game come into the second half. But we do remember that the Chargers were first to kick off, so they'll get the ball in the second half.
Yeah, that's going to be huge. If they can stop Pioneer here and get the ball back and then they have, that might do it.
Yeah, and you're looking at this point right now of icing the game, kind of. It's not at that point yet because Pioneer still has fight in them, and they're really trying, and they're not giving up just yet. So here we go, 2nd down and about 2. Goodlow takes a snap. Was going to throw to the corner of the end zone. He does have a receiver. Touchdown, Diamondbacks. Touchdown, Diamondbacks. Completed number 12, and that's Ethan Calacayo. And that's a touchdown for Pioneer.
Yep, that's his 2nd touchdown again, coming up huge receiving for the Diamondbacks, and that changes the entire aspect of the game. Even with the block field goals, even with the drives that they've come off without points, Pioneer hanging in there with the Chargers.
All right, nice job there with a comeback. It's 27-13 is your score now. Extra point attempt is good. Last time, they're going to roll into 2-point conversion. Here comes late onto the field, Galindo. And he trots, and now he's going to come be the holder. So 20 was like, hey, man, I'll go for this 2-point conversion. They should snap it now. They should have snapped it right there when the Chargers were offside.
Yeah, just a huge substitution mess. And sometimes that gets really messy. It's really confusing for the referees to try and control that there.
Well, we're going to keep it right here, folks. But, yeah, just really interesting. So it looked like Pioneer was down a man. So they trot Galindo out there. What was kind of interesting to me was that, Ezra Pettis, the kicker, he just kind of stood up and it looked like he was ready to get a snap. I'm like, man, this guy's just going to run it in. And then Galindo runs out there and he gets in that holder position. And then once he does that, then there's a Charger player missing. So he comes running from the side. And I'm like, what is going on? It's kind of one of those, just everybody's everywhere and nothing was set. So timeout either way, and they get it all set now. Extra point attempt now for Pioneer. Chargers did block the last field goal. Nice snap, good hold, and the kick is up, and it looks really good. And so with that, it's 27-14, and so the Diamondbacks bring it back within 13 points.
Yep, close game, kind of bringing back that feeling they had when they scored that touchdown. Obviously, it is still a 2-score game, but that changes the aspect of the Diamondbacks heading into the locker room really with that mindset of, hey, we can do this. We can come back. We can beat this Charger team.
All right, Diamondbacks not giving up yet, and a lot can happen here. We still have a lot of football ahead of us, folks. Thanks for keeping it here right on Channel 4, working KVO, Real Sports Live Network, and just an awesome partnership. Again, also with Sharyland ISD tonight, just doing a great job on the camera and holding it down for us here so we can have this live video and audio. And we're just enjoying a beautiful game here on Thursday night under the lights here in deep South Texas. And 2 great programs this year. Pioneers come on really strong. Brownsville Vets has been just, one of the dominant programs in the Rio Grande Valley for the last few years, and they're showing that they got it again this year. So great game to be a part of. Here we go. Under 30 seconds to go here in the first half. Kickoff here should be returned, fielded about the 6-yard line or so, and we'll bring this one out to about the 25. Crosses that spin move down to the 35-yard line. Goes number 4. That's Alec Chapa. I'm sorry, number 4 for Brownsville Veterans Memorial. That's Maddox Bond again.
Yeah, Maddox Bond coming with huge. But I want to talk about Pioneer. They haven't won their district since 2021 with Eddie Lee Marburger obviously leading the UTRGV Vaqueros now 4-1. Kind of one of the big talk of the FCS, but they haven't had that success or won their district since 2021, but this is their 3rd year on the road that Pioneer has started 4-1 or better. So they are constantly having success, but struggling down the stretch in district.
Eddie Marburger will be here Saturday at Robert and Janet Vaquer Stadium in Edinburgh, Texas. Trevelyan on the outside, crosses the 50-yard line, one man a beat. He does. Now here comes another host of defenders, but inside the 24-yard line before he's taken out of bounds. And that's a big play there for Trevelyan.
Trevelyan staying on his feet, leading the blockers. All your coach always tells you, stay behind the blockers, and that's exactly what he did. They're running side to side with one of his offensive linemen, 55. Caught the touchdown off the fumble the last drive, too.
Good pickup there, Austin. 1st and 10 now. And the Chargers off of Trevelyan. Trevelyan kind of like putting his hands on his knees and be like, man, I'm a little bit tired here. And, he's definitely been putting some work since, his good friend and running back mate back there in the backfield has not been available, Belmontes, and hopefully all is okay with him. But Trevelyan doing a great job and carrying this running offense so far. But Signs looking to pass downfield. He has a receiver, incomplete pass. Rare sighting, folks, for Signs to throw the football, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, that's only the 7th time they've thrown a pass all season. Would have been the 2nd completion, but no, denied by the Diamondbacks. That's truly a rare sight to see for the Chargers defense, who almost always runs the ball. They're going to have to settle for a field goal, though, still. Here, that's pretty good, stealing points before the end of half and making it a 16-point game.
But I tell you, it looked good, by the way. The passer from Signs, here's going back to that Trevelyan run. But that pass from Signs actually was on the money. It just receiver couldn't hold on to it. And so, that's one thing. Brownsville vets, they may be able to throw the ball really well. They just haven't had to. and that's the thing. If you don't have to, then don't, and save that for when you're going to need it down the road. Of course, you got to start building rhythm. Here's a field goal attempt. That is going to be blocked. That is a big man right there blocking that field goal. And it's going to be returned just a little bit. Flag on the play, so I don't know how far this will go, but it'll probably come back. But I tell you what, that was a great play there. I'm going to try to get a name and number for you.
Yep, blocked field goal. The kicker really didn't stand a chance. He came off the edge real quick. I saw him in there before kicker got even got the ball off. This may or may not come back.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think the penalty may have come on the run back after it was blocked. I couldn't get a number there, but just a really tall guy for a Pioneer. And I know that doesn't help very much description-wise, but, man, penalties declined. Unsportsmanlike conduct. So that there's going to be a penalty assessed when we come back on the kickoff in the second half, all right? So that's what we were able to figure out. But we are at halftime now, folks. 27-14 is our score here from Richard Thompson Stadium. And what a first half we had here. I mean, we look at the scoreboard, 27-14. That field goal could have made it a 60-point game, which makes it a two-touchdown with two-point conversion game. But now we're looking at a 13-point game. It's not out of reach yet for the Diamondbacks, but Chargers do get the ball back in that first half. And, Pioneers defense has started to shore up a little bit. But, man, that Charger offense is just so dynamic that at any moment they can make something happen.
Yeah, Pioneer coming out of first halftime, they're gonna have a really statement drive for their defense coming up, and if they can get that stop, maybe get their offense going. They've only successfully scored on two of their 6 drives, and if they can get that going coming out of halftime, that can really get them, as I said, in that mentality that we can come back. It's only 13 points, and that we can do this. We can upset the Chargers. Yeah, and what a game, and when we talk about the big key moments here, Austin, as we're looking back to the first half, of course, Belmontes looked like he was going to be an unstoppable force of nature, in that first half. I mean, the way he runs, the power, the speed, he is able to make guys miss also. He goes down, and you're like, okay, but Trevelyan's still in there, and Trevelyan has had how many touchdowns now for Trevelyan? Trevelyan has 2.
And so he steps right in, and he shows you that he can run the football. And really, let's talk about Signs. Signs is kind of the unsung hero of that offense, but his job is to positively impact each runner with every handoff or pitch that he makes, and he does a great job of that. He's very secure with that football.
Yeah, he's a great runner, really leading the offense, not just there's not much passing for the offense, but leading this team on the run, really getting the snap clean, having good plays, not turning the ball over, and this is just a great Charger offense.
They've looked good tonight. I do want to commend, though, I tell you what, Pioneer has stayed in there. They have not relented. They have not, given up yet. They haven't thrown the towel in. And so 13-point ball game as it stands right now. And I think we're going to have ourselves a good second half. I think, we'll get into second half adjustments here in a little bit later on in halftime. But I do think that if the Chargers come out and Pioneer can get a stop against them and get a score, we've got ourselves a real ball game here in the second half.
Yep. So that coming out of half, that's going to be a huge thing to talk about. But as it stands right now, 13-point game, Brownsville veterans currently leading the Diamondbacks, and this is going to be a really fun game to watch as it goes on in the second half.
All right, we're at halftime now. 26 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the half. We're going to pop back in here every once in a while. We're going to be talking about second half adjustments that maybe will be made in the locker room. Also run some highlights during this time as well. And so, folks, thanks for joining us here, RSL Network, together with KVO and Sharyland ISD. It's good to have you on the call. Halftime here at Richard Thompson Stadium.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995, or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
Hey Vaqueros fans, I'm Janelle Tanguma.
And I'm Blake Collin. Join us live for every UTRGV home football game for our pregame kickoff show, Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
We have been having a good old time at our tailgate fiesta.
We're bringing you live coverage, special guests, and fan energy leading up to kickoff. We'll see you at Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
V's up.
Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta is sponsored by the Bert Ogden Auto Group.
Inside Valley Politics, a fresh perspective on Valley, state, and national political issues. Join us as we feature in-depth interviews and original, unbiased reporting on topics important to you. Sunday at 6:30 a.m. on NBC 23.
Veterans Memorial Band on the field here at Richard Thompson Stadium. Halftime festivities on their way. 23 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in the half. I'm going to pitch it over here to Austin. Let's talk about adjustments. You know, looking at Pioneer, what are some things that you think that they may have to be looking at so they can come out in the second half and ready to try to get back in this ball game?
Yeah, obviously, run defense is a huge problem here, and it's going to be really tough to stop the Chargers with the way that they've been doing this all season long. But on the offensive side of the ball, Chargers have had some success running, and or Diamondbacks have had some success running. 2 touchdown drives, both in the air, though, but getting down the field on that drive, the Diamondbacks do have 3 running backs with over 300-plus yards on the season, so they can spread this around a bit like the Chargers. So this is going to be kind of a rough game for the Pioneer Diamondbacks. See if they can get something going in the second half offensively, and then try and maybe stop not all of the drives of the Chargers, but really slow them down and try and bring some momentum for your offensive team.
Yeah, and I think that's right. You know, you have to come out here and you have to realize that, okay, can we stop them, 50% of the time? Or can we stretch it 75% of the time? And that's really stretching it because this offense is designed to run and to score. And they're just really hard to stop. But you're right. If they can just slow them down and say, let's keep them to only 50% of the time they're getting some kind of points. But then guess what? Your offense has got to be 100%, or a very high percentage for Diamondbacks, because you got to catch up at this point. And so say you give up 2 more touchdowns in the second half. Well, now you got to score 4 just to even it out. And so, Pioneer's got a big task ahead of them, but I really think the onus is going to be on this defense coming out of the break.
Yeah, sometimes it's not about stopping your opponent 100% of the times, but really all it takes is one drive to really turn the game around. Last week we were in the Mission Veterans Harlingen game. That game turned around real quick, 16-point deficit, gone in 2 minutes, and it really just shows that anything can happen here. It's not over for the Diamondbacks. Only 13 points. They've done better than I thought they would do tonight.
Yeah, excellent points there. And watching here the Charger Nation band here at halftime and looking great. I always love to hear the bands when we can. They're just as much a part of this Thursday night experience as the football players and the cheerleaders and the dance teams. It's just the whole environment, right? And, of course, the fans that bring it to life. And I just really think that, for fans, they enjoy all aspects of it. And just nice to see, the students also in the fine arts doing their thing. So we're here about 20 minutes and 45 seconds to go here in the half. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we're going to talk about halftime adjustments and what to expect from the Chargers coming out of that locker room in the second half. We'll be right back. Keep it right here on Channel 4, folks. Live from Richard Thompson Stadium, Sharyland, Texas. Deep South, Texas.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995 or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
And we're back here, halftime here at Richard Thompson Stadium, and we talked a little bit about Pioneer Diamondbacks and what they're going to be looking to do here in the second half once they come out, and they're going to have to make a big defensive stop immediately. But that Charger offense, Austin, they've been really strong again tonight. Let's talk about them and, what do they do different, if anything, into the second half?
Yeah, I don't have any major complaints for the Charger offense. Obviously, they're doing well. They've done well all season, 45 points a game. But really, I think the only thing they should really be improving on in the second half or talking about is the just general the defense. That last drive or a couple drives before halftime, they let through that big running slew of Goodlow, and he just tore them down the field. And in the passing touchdowns, you go straight from the running to the pass, and that's really what has kind of not killed but stopped the Chargers a bit on defense.
Yeah, and talk about before the game, Dylan Tijerina, to see him on the sideline and knowing that he came in the game tonight as the leading rusher for Pioneer. I had him down at 465 yards rushing, before the game even started, and to see a player like that down, of course, Cole Skurlock, the sophomore running back, has stepped in, and I think has done a great job. And he's been that 1-2 punch. I do think that Goodlow, really is the motor for that, right? And so the Chargers, they've got some answers. I think that if they're going to really shut down that Pioneer offense, Keon Goodlow, and I think you're going to pretty much keep them from scoring the rest of the night.
Yeah, we're going to be watching Goodlow tonight. That's really what Pioneer probably is going to have to go all in on. That's what's been working for them, and down the field, they go to the pass. He's able to pass it well, 575 yards passing in the season, 6 touchdowns, not only in the air but on the ground. He's going to be a dual threat for the Chargers.
All right, folks, we're still here at halftime, 17 minutes, about 12 seconds to go here. In case you're wondering, we are not able to put the sound or the music coming from the field through the online airwaves per copyright infringement. And so if some of y'all been wondering, like, why can't we listen to the bands? I wish we could too, folks, but we just can't do that. And so we'll just kind of pop in here every few minutes and kind of give us an update, get us ready for a second half live coverage. But thanks for keeping it here on Channel 4. And it's been a pleasure being with you on this broadcast. And you're watching on Channel 4 RSL. KVEO, we're just glad that you're catching this game live Thursday night under the lights in Deep South Texas. Commercial break And we'll be back, and we're going to come back, and we're going to intro some highlights, and then we'll get into that as we continue our halftime festivities here at Richard Thompson Stadium.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995, or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
Hey Vaqueros fans, I'm Janelle Tanguma.
And I'm Blake Collin. Join us live for every UTRGV home football game for our pregame kickoff show, Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
We have been having a good old time at our tailgate fiesta.
We're bringing you live coverage, special guests, and fan energy leading up to kickoff. We'll see you at Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
V's up.
Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta is sponsored by the Bert Ogden Auto Group.
Inside Valley Politics, a fresh perspective on Valley, state, and national political issues. Join us as we feature in-depth interviews and original, unbiased reporting on topics important to you. Sunday at 6:30 a.m. on NBC 23.
When you're buying a car or trusting someone to take care of the one you already have, you want to know you're in good hands. Today, tomorrow, and every day after that. For over a century, Sames Automotive Group has been here. The oldest dealership group in Texas, built on a promise to do things the right way. A century of putting people first. A century of service and savings. A century of smiles. That's not just a tagline. That's the Sames way. Sames Automotive Group, delivering a century of trust.
All right, folks, about 13:24 left to go here at halftime at Richard Thompson Stadium. Again, 27-14 is our score. And switching out bands right here. It'd be a good time to run some highlights. And so enjoy some highlights here from our first half coverage. Brought to you here on Channel 4 this evening, RSL Network, in conjunction with Sharyland ISD. Talk about him being a speed back, but right there he's showing a little bit of strength as well. And so they've been able to use this as their foundation. The rushing attack. Signs on the outside. He gains enough, I believe, for a first down. Chargers had to so far, running the ball, and he does it again, right-hand side. Now, following his blockers, skips over one. That's a first down and more for the Diamondbacks, and Goodlow finding a rhythm now. The frame for, he's open on the outside. That's going to be a nice pickup, first down. Goodlow throws to number 9, Malachi Galindo, who started the game at quarterback, but 3 is better than nothing, so they're going to attempt this field goal attempt right here. About a 24, and it's going to be blocked. It is blocked, folks. And the Chargers moving the ball like they have not so far. Blitz on the outside. He reads that. Up the middle, quarterback keeper right around the 10-yard line. That's a first down pickup for the Diamondbacks.
This is a lot of solo tackles. That is huge.
Goodlow going to follow Skurlock this time. Skurlock, the lead blocker. Goodlow hopping through inside the 10-yard line. About maybe signs under center. Handoff. Belmonte's up the middle. Touchdown, Chargers. And Belmontes will not be denied early on. Pitch out here on the outside. Trevelyan across the 40, across the 45, across midfield. Now he goes into that Diamondback territory, and that's a big run.
Much passing for the offense, but leading this team.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995, or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
Hey Vaqueros fans, I'm Janelle Tanguma.
And I'm Blake Collin. Join us live for every UTRGV home football game for our pregame kickoff show, Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
We have been having a good old time at our tailgate fiesta.
We're bringing you live coverage, special guests, and fan energy leading up to kickoff. We'll see you at Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
V's up.
Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta is sponsored by the Bert Ogden Auto Group.
Inside Valley Politics, a fresh perspective on Valley, state, and national political issues. Join us as we feature in-depth interviews and original, unbiased reporting on topics important to you. Sunday at 6:30 a.m. on NBC 23.
When you're buying a car or trusting someone to take care of the one you already have, you want to know you're in good hands. Today, tomorrow, and every day after that. For over a century, Sames Automotive Group has been here. The oldest dealership group in Texas, built on a promise to do things the right way. A century of putting people first. A century of service and savings. A century of smiles. That's not just a tagline. That's the Sames way. Sames Automotive Group, delivering a century of trust.
And we're still here at halftime, 8:44 remaining in halftime. Sharyland Pioneer Diamondback Band taking the field right now, as you can see here at Richard Thompson Stadium. Again, thanks for keeping it right here. About 8 minutes and 30 seconds now before the start of our second half coverage here. Pioneer looking to come back here in the second half, down 13 points. And Veterans Memorial with a strong offensive effort, looking to continue that, and they will be receiving in the second half. We'll be back here, folks, in a few minutes. I'll be right here on split screen for just a little bit so you can catch a little bit of the band tonight, the Diamondback Band here on the field. And we'll be back with preparation and expectations for the second half.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995, or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
Hey Vaqueros fans, I'm Janelle Tanguma.
And I'm Blake Collin. Join us live for every UTRGV home football game for our pregame kickoff show, Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
We have been having a good old time at our tailgate fiesta.
We're bringing you live coverage, special guests, and fan energy leading up to kickoff. We'll see you at Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
V's up.
Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta is sponsored by the Bert Ogden Auto Group.
Inside Valley Politics, a fresh perspective on Valley, state, and national political issues. Join us as we feature in-depth interviews and original, unbiased reporting on topics important to you. Sunday at 6:30 a.m. on NBC 23.
When you're buying a car or trusting someone to take care of the one you already have, you want to know you're in good hands. Today, tomorrow, and every day after that. For over a century, Sames Automotive Group has been here. The oldest dealership group in Texas, built on a promise to do things the right way. A century of putting people first. A century of service and savings. A century of smiles. That's not just a tagline. That's the Sames way. Sames Automotive Group, delivering a century of trust.
There is always news happening in the Valley. When you see it, share it to Valley Central. See a fire? Share it. See a wreck? Share it. See crime or corruption? Share it. Be part of the Valley Central team. If you see it, share it.
CBS 4 News, bringing you the most SpaceX coverage with our exclusive partnership with La Padre Space Channel. Weekly updates, live cameras from Starbase, and live coverage from SpaceX launches. CBS 4 News, your Space Coast station, working for you.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get $8,000 off MSRP on a new 2025 Ford F-150 STX and 3.9% for 72 months. Payne Rio Grande City Ford and Payne Westlaco Ford.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
And we're about 3 minutes to go here in halftime here at Richard Thompson Stadium. And Austin, let's talk about some key players to watch out for here in the second half. Let's start with Pioneer first. Give me a key player that we're going to keep our eyes on.
On offense, you should be watching for William Goodlow. He's been leading Pioneer on the few drives that they've had on success tonight, leading them down. And obviously, running the ball was huge on those drives, but he can also pass it, as it was shown in the end zone. 2 receiving touchdowns to Kayakayo. And on defense, you should be – they haven't really stopped the Chargers a lot, but on defense, you should be watching for Isaac Rios. Over 40 tackles, a tackle for loss, and a fumble recovery on the season. Maybe they can shake some stuff up in the second half.
All right, and let's talk about Brownsville Veterans Memorial now and the Charger, offense and team as a whole. Let's talk about a key player to watch out for in the second half as well.
I will be watching out for Calvin Trevelyan, obviously coming in for the injured Belmontes in the first quarter. He has 2 touchdowns tonight, really doing great work for the Chargers. 2 touchdowns. He's coming in with their only reception on the season, but that's not it. He is really doing great things on the ground for the Chargers, leading them in for, obviously, the injured Belmontes. And on defense, you need to be watching for Daniel Silveira. In the beginning of the game, he came in swinging over 50 tackles, 11 tackle for losses, 3 sacks also. So he's going to be a huge threat in the backfield for the Diamondbacks.
All right, and I do like the Silveira pick right there myself because, like you said earlier on, kind of haven't mentioned his name too much here in the second quarter, but he's definitely causing a lot of havoc there on the defensive side of the football for the Chargers against the Diamondbacks here at Pioneer. All right, we're 1:09 remaining here in the first half. We may go just a little bit over as you still see the Pioneer Band on the field, but we'll be back here in about a minute or so, and we'll be ready for second half kickoff here live at Richard Thompson Stadium.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995 or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
Hey Vaqueros fans, I'm Janelle Tanguma.
And I'm Blake Collin. Join us live for every UTRGV home football game for our pregame kickoff show, Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
We have been having a good old time at our Tailgate Fiesta.
We're bringing you live coverage, special guests, and fan energy leading up to kickoff. We'll see you at Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
V's up.
Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta is sponsored by the Bert Ogden Auto Group.
Inside Valley Politics, a fresh perspective on Valley, state, and national political issues. Join us as we feature in-depth interviews and original, unbiased reporting on topics important to you. Sunday at 6:30 a.m. on NBC 23.
When you're buying a car or trusting someone to take care of the one you already have, you want to know you're in good hands. Today, tomorrow, and every day after that. For over a century, Sames Automotive Group has been here. The oldest dealership group in Texas, built on a promise to do things the right way. A century of putting people first. A century of service and savings. A century of smiles. That's not just a tagline. That's the Sames way. Sames Automotive Group, delivering a century of trust.
And we're back here, second half at Richard Thompson Stadium, and full of festivities during halftime here in Sharyland, Texas. Kind of a flyover there. I love the position of this stadium. You can see right here, Austin, we have planes that fly over the northeast corner. So, I think Sharyland's the only stadium in the Rio Grande Valley that has flyovers for their games, folks. Landing right here at Miller Airport. And so they come right over when that wind is just right. And just a kind of cool experience that adds here just to the atmosphere. All right, so we talked a lot about key players. We talked about adjustments here in the second half. But here's where the rubber meets the road right now. The Chargers get a chance. So let's talk about it. Chargers, let's just say, Austin, they come out and they score with ease. What does that do to the Diamondbacks?
Diamondbacks, that's probably going to demoralize them a little bit, but it's going to be, even if the Chargers do score on that drive coming up, the Diamondbacks, it's going to be really huge. If they score, they're going to say we're right back in this, but if they don't, they get stopped. That's kind of going to set them back a little bit. And that's really been the story of the game in the first half. Pioneer really shooting themselves in the foot, mistakes all along the game, the block field goals, the penalties. They've got 4 tonight. So if they can clean that up, get the defense going, like we said earlier in halftime, you don't have to stop the Chargers 100% of the time, but at least a couple stops here and there, slow them down and get momentum for your team.
All right, let's play the hypothetical and say Pioneer does come on and get a stop here on this drive. What does that do for them?
That's going to be huge, and it's really going to be up to Pioneer. They're going to really control their own fate. If they can, go down the field, score, that's going to really revitalize them. It's going to be a 6-point game, and it's going to be really tight down the stretch.
All right, here we go. Maddox Bond, number 4, deep to return here. Remember that penalty at the end of the first half was going to be enforced. That's muffed. He drops it on the ground there, picks it up again, crosses 20-25 now, and he'll be tackled here by number 48 at the 30-yard line.
So here come the Chargers. They're going to set up around the 30, and as we've been talking about all throughout halftime, this is going to be a huge drive here, statement drive for either team.
Michael Espinosa there on the tackle and special teams, and he's the one that got the wrap and got him down on the ground. Maddox Bond. 1st and 10 for the Chargers. All the hypotheticals we've talked about could be for naught if things go differently here, obviously, but that's what we enjoy, talking football and all the wouldas and shouldas and couldas and all that. And so, again, just thankful you're joining us here on this live broadcast tonight. It wasn't that long ago that we were not able to do live video here in high school sports during the regular season. And so hope we're just taking advantage of that and loving it. Up the middle, here he goes, and that's the replacement here. Coming in strong, and he fills that spot well.
Yep, Trevelyan, he was one of our key players to watch during halftime. Coming in for Belmontes, we talked about Belmontes all game, but here comes Trevelyan coming back in the backfield and really pushing the game for the Chargers. On that play right there, he had a huge first down, and here come the Chargers trying to get rid of this Pioneer team.
All right, Signs, we talk about him being kind of the central brains of that operation there. He kind of knows in pre-snap by looking at the defense where he's going to go with the football. There's Trevelyan in motion, but up. He gives it to his up back again. That's number 24 in the carry, and that's Escobedo. And he's the one that came in for Belmontes, and he's carrying the load now. 3, maybe 4-yard gain.
A good stop by Pioneer on first down. It's gonna be a low game, but that's what I've been saying all game. You don't have to stop all the time. Big plays, big touchdowns, big drives, just one at a time. Take it one play at a time, and just try and slow the game down, not only for you but for the Chargers.
All right, Jake Signs under center again, and he's got Trevelyan back there in the backfield, number 24, Manny Escobedo. And again, he's the one that's come in place of Belmontes. And Signs is going to keep this one. Great job there by the Pioneer defense. Number 99 gets in there first and makes a stop. That's Joshua Trujillo.
Yep, that's Pioneer's 33rd tackle for loss of the season for the entire team. So they're coming up big here. This is going to be a huge 3rd down, 3rd and 7, I believe. Chargers probably going to go with their run offense as they've done the entire season.
And this is one of the hypotheticals we talked about. Pioneer comes out, makes a stop. What does that do for that team? Obviously, it gives them great momentum. They get the stop. They go down, score 7 points. It's a 6-point ball game. And so this is huge right here. The Chargers want nothing more to ice the cake. And so right here, 3rd down, here we go. Signs, handoff, Escobedo, up the middle, 1st down and more, down to the 41-yard line.
Huge pickup there, 1st down for the Chargers, and that's just the running attack. They're spreading the rock around. That's all those, I don't even know how many running backs, 3 or 4, that are really getting the football here and putting it down on Pioneer.
Manny Escobedo, the junior running back, and he's playing right there, that up back, a tailback kind of. I mean, really, it's kind of weird because when they put Trevelyan in motion, he essentially becomes a tailback when he runs behind, and then, Escobedo becomes kind of the fullback. And so just at different points, like right now, he's a tailback and he'll get it. So Escobedo on the right-hand side there, and a nice gain of about 8 yards for Escobedo.
Yeah, Escobedo, the Chargers are starting to put him in a kind of a dual threat situation with him and Trevelyan. They're going to be a 1-2 punch for the Chargers as they start driving down the field here at currently the Pioneer 34. This is going to be really, Pioneer hasn't really stopped the run. They're going to need a huge stop right here.
Yeah, and don't forget, number 4 is in motion almost every play. That's Maddox Bond, and so he can get the ball too on the other side. There he goes in motion again. And it's going to be Trevelyan. Trevelyan, he's got a crease. He's got a lane to run. 10, 5. That's touchdown. Chargers. Number 2, Calvin Trevelyan.
Touchdown number 3 on the game for Trevelyan. He has just been coming in for the Chargers and taking the ball, going down the field. No signs of stopping for him nor the Chargers.
What a run there by Trevelyan. He just found a little crease, and he's able to get through that space. He doesn't need much, and you just give him just a little bit, and he's going to expose that defense with his speed. And I tell you what, early on it looked like Pioneer was going to get the defensive stop. It looked like, one of those hypotheticals we talked about. If they get the stop, it will go down and score, turn into a 6-point game. That's all out the window now. And really, Escobedo, Trevelyan, and really, again, managed by Signs. They're doing a great job down there. Makes it 33-14.
Yep, commanding the offense, leading that 1-2 punch as I talked about. They're going to go for 2 here.
2-point conversion attempt on the outside. Cuts up the inside now. And that is going to be short. They're going to mark him just short of the goal line. No good.
That's big. They're trying to make up for that missed extra point they had earlier on in the game. But Pioneer comes up big. They're keeping it to around a 19-point game. But here comes Pioneer back onto the field. They're going to need a big drive coming off of the score from the Chargers. And as we talked about, even if the Brownsville Veterans scored, you can still go down there. It comes back to around a 14-point game, and you're not out of it if you're Pioneer.
Yeah, and, again, Pioneer, I don't think they have that quitting mentality, and I think you're going to see them come out and try to do the very thing that you're talking about here, Austin. And, they're going to give it their best shot. I think, as you look at that Charger offense, and they've kind of just reloaded, and, they had a big injury. Belmonte's down in that first half, and, kind of wonder if they're going to crumble, and not at all. They just reload Escobedo, and then Trevelyan's in there, and again, Signs just running the whole operation. It just seems like that type of offense. And really, as the season goes on, it's a game of attrition, meaning that, it's going to depend on who's healthier down the road. And remember, we're not even in district play yet for either of these teams. They still have district ahead of them. And so really, it's who can get to district healthiest and then stay healthy and then peak right at the right time around playoff time.
Yeah, district's the most important part of the season that defines where you're going to be in the playoff, the tournament, everything on that. It can define a season. And so let's see what Pioneer does here on their drive.
Yeah, here we go. Out past the 30. Breaks a nice one across the 40-yard line. And he'll be taking down there about the 41. And, we talk about, pre-district, which we're at right now. And really, you can be undefeated in pre-district. And then you can go and win every district game and be district champion. And so you can be 5-0. And then you can lose every district game and then not make the playoffs. And so, all of the record coming into this 5-0, 4-1, it's great, But at the end of the day, district is where it's going to count of who's going to get into the playoffs. And, I think both of these teams obviously are going to be vying for those top spots in their districts.
Yep, it's even worse, not worse, but it's even more competitive for teams in districts with like 7 or 8 teams.
Yes.
It's all the more competitive.
Yeah, and they're in 5-team districts. So only one will not make the playoff per district. Here's Goodlow spinning outside. Nice move. And look at him stiff arm now right around the 49, maybe 50-yard line. Good run there by Goodlow.
Mean run by Good. He is looking good. As we said, he was his key player for Pioneer. And if they wanted to get going on offense, he's the guy to look for.
I just love the way he commands this offense. And, I have seen a stark difference once he's come in at the quarterback position, and after 2 drives earlier, and it just looked a lot better. Skurlock on the right-hand side, the sophomore, getting some good play tonight, looking good. 6-yard pickup for him.
Pioneer picks up the first down, another run outside the edge. That's really what they've been doing on this drive, and it has worked on previous touchdown scoring successful drives. That's what they need to do, running off to the outside, getting around that big defensive edge.
Skurlock, again, great job there. He'll get the handoff again up the middle this time. Finding a crease, spins around, but good tackle there, but not after a gain of 6 yards.
Yep, tough run getting out of the defensive tackle there. And it was a good stop by the Chargers, but Pioneer just powering forward, trying to move the chains here.
Edgar Vela there, the senior linebacker, with a tackle. They're going to say gain of 5 for Skurlock. In the backfield, right next to Goodlow. Trips up top of your screen. That means 3 wide receivers bunched up out there. But Skurlock will get the call up the middle. First down. Keeps those legs pumping. And that's again about 10 yards for Skurlock. And a great run there for Pioneer.
Yep, Skurlock kind of the unsung hero here for this Pioneer team. He's really taking it down. And you talk about Goodlow running, but talk about Skurlock. He's moving the chains here on this Pioneer drive.
All right, here we go. Goodlow out to Galindo, and that's going to be an incomplete pass.
Yep, over the head. They should have stayed with the run there. They had a lot of momentum going down, and this resets the play, but it's kind of a good break for them. They can kind of catch their breath, recalibrate, and try and draw something up to get down the field here.
2nd down and 10. Just over 6.5 to go here in the 3rd quarter. And again, Goodlow, you know, he puts this drive together. I think this will be, 3, maybe 4 successful drives that have gone the distance. They just haven't been able to punch in for points. But Goodlow, you know, well in command of this offense. Looks like the ball popped out right there, Austin. I think that's a live ball, but the official's going to say it's down. It is down, but that was a fumble on the play.
Yep, that was dangerous. You know, Brownsville veterans, Pioneer actually fumbles a lot in the season. They have 8 offensive fumbles, but they recover it. They stay safe. That was dangerous.
Yeah, and see, right, just catch the very end of it, and you just notice Goodlow's down over here, but the ball's about 3 yards in front of him, and so just popped out. And thankful for Sharyland Pioneer fans, they're able to retain possession of that football. So 3rd down, 5 to go. Goodlow, the lone man in the backfield. There's that 3 wide receivers up top looking up for that little wide receiver screen, but it's going to be swallowed up. Number 33 is there. Who else, right? Almost gets away from him, by the way, but he holds on by the jersey, and that's Daniel Silvera, one of the key players here in the 2nd half.
Yep, key player for the defense and for the team. That's his 4th sack of the season, really getting into the opposing team's backfield. And Goodlow tried to make an effort for the 1st down, move the chains there, but Silvera was not going to let go of him.
Silvera is just, you know, he's undersized. He's not a big defensive player, but he's just very athletic. He almost plays like an outside linebacker down on the line of scrimmage. Almost picked off right there, but that's going to be a 1st down for Pioneer. I mean, that was almost jumped, that route, and that could have been pick 6, but just gets there to number 2, the receiver, and that's a 1st down to Andrew Leal.
Yeah, we haven't really talked about the Pioneer receivers all game, aside from the 2 receiving touchdowns they've had. But Pioneer coming this game averaged 11 yards per catch for the receivers. So they are a really good passing team, but this Brownsville Veterans defense really stifling them tonight.
Yeah, if Diego Benavides had one more step on that, he could have picked that one. Big tackle in the backfield, and that's going to go nowhere. Loss of yardage, number 5 on the tackle. That's Andy Ayala.
Yeah, Brownsville Veterans defense coming up big there. They are really a big tackle for loss team, sack team. They are going to get in the backfield, and that's what happened early on in the game. Brownsville Veterans getting the Pioneer backfield, stopping plays early, and getting momentum.
2nd down. They're going to call it 14 to go for Pioneer. Goodlow in there, 4 wide receiver package now. And move Skurlock to the other side. And here we go. Need positive yardage here. Showing blitz, I'll back it off. Throws it downfield, does have a receiver in the corner of the end zone. Up for grabs, 50-50 ball. Incomplete pass.
That's really showing Goodlow's pass ability there. And their 3 touchdowns or 2 touchdowns they've had tonight have been in the air. And that's what they've been trying to do on these drives. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. And then you go to the pass, try and trick this Chargers defense, but they're not falling for it. Even when they do, defense comes up huge, get a pass deflection, swat the ball away, or that defensive line comes home.
3rd down, about 14 to go here for Pioneer. They were around this area, maybe a little bit further up when they attempted a field goal early in the 1st half that was blocked. And so they really want to try to punch some points in here. Goodlow looking downfield. Wants to find a receiver, has one, releases to the back of the end zone, and he catches this. This is a touchdown, Diamondbacks.
Mata falling behind. Your coach tells you to never run backwards when you're trying to catch the ball, but Mata does it there, still able to bring it in, and that's the 3rd receiving touchdown for the Diamondbacks tonight. And we talked about this. Diamondbacks, even if Chargers scored, coming back and making the statement there that they're not out of this game.
What a beautiful pass and catch. Goodlow showing really nice poise, getting outside of the pocket but staying calm, and then he just drops a beautiful touch pass to the back of the end zone. And I saw Mata. Mata was covered, and then almost like he got a second burst and release to the back of the end zone and was able to get open there for Goodlow just to drop it in. The extra point is up, and it is good. And so with that score, it's 33-21. But let's take a real quick look at this. Goodlow here on the right-hand side of your screen, just kind of a little fadeaway pass there to Mata, and just a wonderfully caught, great concentration touchdown.
Yep. in the red zone, they've really done great passing the ball, and that's what they need to be doing on these drives. It's been working, running the ball, getting down the field, tiring out the Charger defense, and then passing it, really catching them off guard. And right there, it worked really well with Goodlow and Mata.
All right, folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back for kickoff here at Richard Thompson Stadium, 33-21. Veterans ahead.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995, or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
And we're back here, kickoff time for Pioneer after engineering a beautiful drive there. Goodlow capping it off with a beautiful touch pass into the end zone. Open Mata on a second effort there. It gets clear. Let's take a look one more time at that replay. And Goodlow here at the top right of your screen, just a little fadeaway pass there. And Mata doing a great job, like you said. Austin kind of running away, and he had to catch that in the breadbasket. But, man, just a great looking play. Great highlight for the evening, too.
Yep, this is going to be a flag on the kickoff, though. The fifth penalty on the Pioneer Diamondbacks not going to move the ball up for the Chargers.
Here they go back into that long line formation, and what they do here is they come up to the line of scrimmage. They run to the line of scrimmage, and it really confuses that defense, so they don't know who's lining up where. They start out almost their first drive like this, and then they've kind of sporadically used it throughout the night. Here they come, and they're going to go quick to it. Signs under center now. Oh, got 2 men in motion there. Could have been a penalty. Doesn't. Escobedo there on the carry, gain of a yard.
Yep, they just come back, or they come to the line out of that I formation there. As I said earlier in the game, kind of reminds you of the Chiefs, Andy Reid, the way that they scheme their offense and all the motions. That's really what gets this offense going. You're trying to fake the Pioneer defense and thinking, where's the ball going to go? Where's the ball going to go? Which rusher? And all the rushes they do have are dangerous.
And I love it, and it's exciting for me. Even I'm up here in the booth, I'm like, man, what are they going to come out with this time? Usually it's about the same. Escobedo there in the carry again. But those little nuances, right? And who knows, someday they can do that and then show up in a passing formation and shock the world.
Yeah, we've only seen it one time tonight on that drive in the red zone, but it could catch someone off guard. I mean, they probably do practice pass plays in practice, but this is a huge third down here. If Pioneer can stop them and get the ball back, it is only a 12-point game.
Jake Signs, number 0, Agent 0 down there, and again, he's kind of commanding that offense. You know, he doesn't get talked about a lot because he doesn't always keep the football, but he's in charge of making sure that the right person gets it. That time he does call his own number, and he's right around that first down marker. First down.
Yeah, Pioneer picks up Brownsville picks up a huge first down there. Science, obviously not the best passer, but he is contributing to the Chargers offense in the rush column.
That one pass he threw tonight, it was on a dime. It looked great. It hit his receiver's hands. Receiver just couldn't catch it in traffic, but he threaded the needle between two defenders. And so I would like to see him attempt 10, 12, 14, 15 passes a game. Who knows? I mean, he could be a prolific passer for all we know. He just doesn't have to. That run game is enough, and they're willing to stake their claim on it. Here we go, 1st and 10. Trevelyan, left-hand side. He's got blockers, and he's tackled there, but he still finds a way to dive forward, gain of 9.
Trevelyan batted there to the outside, but he runs up the middle. That's what the Chargers have been doing a lot this game, and it's been working. Sets them up for a 2nd and short, and that's really good, getting the offense moving around the midfield line, and this is going to be a good setup for the Charger offense.
2nd and a very short one coming up. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 33-21. And so, you know, with that, it's not too far off of a game, you know, when you think of it in those terms. A 12-point game, flag. I think this one's going to come back. But Escobedo, for the meantime, inside the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Chargers. Escobedo on a 51-yard carry. And he takes it into the end zone. Flag on the play. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, again, a huge run up the middle, but I'm not sure. There is a Diamondback down the field, but let's see what the referee's trying to decode this play right here.
And Escobedo again coming in for that injured player early in the game, and he's been just a solid replacement there. I mean, I haven't seen much of a drop-off. Yeah, I don't think he's quite at the level, right where Belmontes is, but I think it is very comparable. And so you have to feel comfortable. You're down about Belmontes, perhaps, if he's not able to continue, or, if he's going to have to miss any kind of significant time. But, man, you have to feel pretty good with Escobedo in that spot, too.
Yeah, I think Escobedo and Trevelyan is really a great 1-2 punch, and you find that out here in this game with Belmontes out, and you put Escobedo, Trevelyan against each other. Obviously, Trevelyan, the power back, getting those big plays, 3 touchdowns on the night. But Escobedo really getting down-to-down yardage there and moving the ball for the Chargers.
If it is going to stand, which I don't think it is, because the officials have all come back to the line of scrimmage area, if it would have stood, that would have been a 51-yard touchdown run. But most importantly right now is that the Pioneer player is up and he's limping, but he's walking off on his own power, and that's Jonathan Salinas right there, the senior defensive back, and hoping all is okay with him. So, and it's going to go against the Chargers, so that 51-yard touchdown will be erased.
Yeah, false start on the Chargers. Only their second penalty tonight. They played a really clean game, but that right there, you erased that huge touchdown that would have really maybe put the game away, put it 40-21. But now you're backed up, second and about 7, and Pioneer gets new life.
Well, Escobedo, just, man, what a beautiful run. And he's been pounding that rock. He's been faithful to the carry and faithful to the game plan. And then he just finally busts one, but it's going to come back against his offense. 2nd down and 6 coming up for the Chargers now. They do have a pretty decently tall receiver down here at the bottom of our screen, number 10. Diego Benavides. I'd like to see him try to get a jump ball somewhere 50-50, but not now. Trevelyan on the carry. He'll gain 2.
Pioneer, great stop right there, only holding the 2 yards. 3rd and 5. This Diamondback defense needs to hold the Chargers, and they've been really holding up the house right now on this drive, up the middle. Even with that 51-yard rushing touchdown, it was a race, but Pioneer gets a second chance, and it's 3rd down.
All right, here we go. 3rd down and 4. Big opportunity here, like you said, for Pioneer's defense. Looking at those guys down there in the trenches. Number 44 looks like he's been sweating a lot tonight. He's been working really hard down there in the trenches. Call him out. That's Eric Garcia, the junior defensive lineman. Handoff. No, keeper Signs up the middle. He's going to push it. 1st down. Chargers on the keeper by Signs.
Big pickup by Signs to move the chains, and that's just really unfortunate for the Diamondbacks. They had him early, about a yard short of the sticks, but Signs and his offensive line really pushing him, powering into, I believe, Diamondback territory.
And a great job here by the Chargers. Keep moving those chains, right? And going to keep moving the ball regardless of who's back there, and just kind of, like I said, they just kind of keep reloading that offense, and regardless of who they put in there, able to really keep it moving. Signs now. Looking at the clock here, 9 seconds to go. Handoff Escobedo up the middle. He had that big run called back earlier. This time he'll get a nice one. A chunk about 14 yards there for Escobedo.
Yep, he's trying to get that one back that he lost off the penalty, and he did it there. Moves the chains about to the Pioneer 35, and this is really starting to become a short field here for Pioneer. They need to pull a stop out, a big play, turnover, something.
All right, and here we go, folks, and that's going to be the last play of the 3rd quarter. We're going to go to 4th quarter here at Richard Thompson Stadium, folks. Keep it right here, Channel 4. We got ourselves a good game here to the end, 12-point difference between the two. And we'll be back after these commercial breaks.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995, or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the...
Yeah, so those miss.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,995 or $26,995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
All right, here we're back. Second down after that run of about 6 yards. Chargers, again, charging forward, looking good. Signs coming off the sideline there after talking it up with his coaches. And, again, he's been at the helm there, kind of the point guard, making sure, whoever needs to get the ball gets the ball in the right way. And just an excellent job at that. And when he does get to keep it, he also takes advantage of those moments as well. But right now, up the middle, Escobedo. That's a big run down to the 20-yard line.
Yep, another huge first down. Escobedo, again, as we said, down to down, getting that big, not big, but crucial yardage to move the sticks for the Chargers.
Folks, I think that's going to be a change here. That's not Escobedo anymore. That's number 22. That's Christian Alvear. And so that's on me right there, folks. I'll take that one. But Christian Alvear is the one running right there, and he's in the game now. So they just reload with another guy. Now Alvear now down to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, that really shows the all-around threat attacking of this Brownsville Veterans rushing offense. They have so many running backs that can do all these different things. Belmontes, Trevelyan, Escobedo, and now Alvear. And they're just coming in here, doing their assignments, getting what they need to get done, and it's working for the Chargers.
It threw me off because number 22, Christian Alvear, is on here as a linebacker, sophomore. And so I was like, is that 24? No, it's 22. And so I was like, they put another running back in there. But now they go Escobedo, and he gets up the middle. Nice move inside the 10-yard line. And he's able to break away from another one down at the 6.
Yep, just fighting there on this drive. They've been doing yard to yard, short little gains, getting the chains moving. They haven't really been on third down a lot this drive. And even when they do, they are able to convert it with big runs from Sáenz or Escobedo. I haven't really seen Trevelyan on this drive a lot, but it's still working for the Chargers.
First down and goal right at the 10-yard line. So cannot get a first down. First down would be touchdown. Here we go. Sáenz under center. And Escobedo in the backfield. Bond in motion. Wants to pass. This one's got a receiver in the end zone. Touchdown. Chargers on the pass by Agent Zero, Jake Sáenz.
Only the second completion the Chargers have all season, and both of them have been touchdowns. And you don't expect it from a team that has 456 rushing yards a game and only one completion coming in the game, but that's the second one on the season. Huge coming up on the pass there. Sáenz, he just showed up, pulled back out, came out of the pocket, and delivered a strike to the open wide receiver.
Yeah, number 12, Andrew Quintero is the senior tight end. Big guy down there and just gets wide open. Wasn't expecting for a tight end to try to get out and catch a pass. And so Sáenz doing a great job. That's a muffed snap there, and he kind of throws it to the corner of the end zone, gets it really just thrown away so it doesn't get intercepted. But that's Tyson Rios, the placeholder turned passer right there. But with that, scores 39-21. And the Chargers, after the touchdown by number 0, Jake Sáenz, they go up here 18 points with 9:34 remaining in the ball game. We're going to take a quick commercial break, folks, and we'll be back for kickoff.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,995 or $26,995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
That's a kickoff. That's a live football right there. Finally going to get on that one and around the 10-yard line. That's just kind of a misplay there by Pioneer. Dangerous in that location there because that's a live football.
Yeah, muff kickoff not helping, and Diamondbacks, you're backed up in your own territory at the 11-yard line. Really, they've got a long field to go here, 89 yards, and down 18, down 3 scores in the 9 minutes in the fourth quarter. They're going to need to either score quick here or have a big play down in Charger territory.
All right, 1st and 10 now for Pioneer. The offense has moved well tonight, with Goodlow back there. They've had some promising drives. They've had some touchdowns off of those as well, obviously 3, but they have not been able to convert every single positive drive that they've had. And credit also Brownsville Veterans Memorial defense, obviously, but Pioneer kind of coming short a few times tonight.
Yeah, on the underside of the ball, Chargers doing great. 6 out of 8 times they've been able to score when they have the ball tonight, and only really a couple drives that they've messed up, they've really taken advantage of any mistake that Pioneer makes when they have to give the ball back to the Chargers, and that's what you don't want to do.
2nd down now for Goodlow. Skerlock in the backfield with him, 4 wide receivers out. He looks to pass downfield, steps up in the pocket, is going to keep it on his own. Goodlow now past the 25, down around the 29-yard line. 1st down, Diamondbacks.
Good hole for Goodlow, and he really stretches the field out there. Again, running the ball. He's been the key to this Pioneer offense all game, and the running attack working here on this drive.
Showing blitz to back it off, but no need for blitz here. Number 52 is going to take care of everything here from the interior of that defensive line, and that's 52, Isaac Aleman.
Big Charger defensive lineman coming in there, making another tackle for loss, and Pioneer backed up in their own territory, 2nd and 12. Chargers coming up huge on defense here.
He just came through, wrapped him up, and just kind of threw him to the ground. I said, man, this guy's probably got some experience out on the ranch or something, wrangling some calves, because it's exactly what that tackle looked like from the defensive tackle position. 2nd down and 12 now for Pioneer. Goodlow shotgun formation. Looks downfield, wants to pass the football. He's got a spy on him. Let this one fly, and he did have a receiver just out of his hands there, out of his fingertips, I should say, and that's incomplete.
Big missed opportunity there by Pioneer. Had a man open, just missed him. He had time in the pocket. Pocket was collapsing, though, but he was able to get it off. And to not catch that, to not have that play with the clock ticking down under 8 minutes to go, they really missed one right there.
That's one of those you got to have it. And, receiver was open. I mean, he was there in step, and a good-looking pass, just a tad overthrown. 3rd down. They're saying movement on that offensive line, but there's no flag right now. So got to remember the defensive players are not the ones with the flags in their pockets. That's just a low ball there. It was intended for number 12, and number 12 was right there in that corner slot. That slot receiver position. In that's Ethan Galacauyo. He had a touchdown earlier, I think 2 right on the night, and just done a little bit at his feet there.
Yeah, two touchdowns. He was open, crossing over the middle, but Goodlow not able to get the ball over there, and Pioneer's going to have to punt away the ball and down 3 scores with under 8 minutes to go. It's not looking good for them.
All right, Goodlow's the punter also, as well as the QB. At least he has been after 2 drives not being. Came in and really all scores have come while he's been at the helm there. And so that'll be a decision to be made here as they get ready for district play. But Goodlow, that's a high snap over Goodlow's head. And he's probably going to pick it up, try to bring that one out. Avoiding the safety, he throws a football. And I think that's going to be an incomplete pass, so it should come back to the line of scrimmage. What a heads-up play there by Goodlow.
Yeah, another turnover mistake there by Pioneer. You could have at least got the ball away, put it in Charger territory, but Chargers come up huge there. Couldn't bring him down in the end zone, but it is still a turnover, Charger ball in Pioneer territory.
Well, Coach over there on the opposing team sidelines trying to say, like, that's intentional grounding, and he might have cause for that. I really couldn't see a receiver in the area of Goodlow there. But the Whitecap's going to come here, and there is a flag. Yep, it will be intentional grounding. And so J.C. Ramirez, head coach over there for Chargers.
Yeah, Goodlow was outside of the tackle box, but no receiver in the area, so they're going to call intentional grounding on that. That is the 6th penalty on Pioneer tonight.
And it's going to be excellent field position for the Chargers as if they didn't need the help already, right? But with that, the Chargers are going to get the ball way down in here. I mean, in the very backyard of Diamondback territory. Look at that, on the half-yard line? Is that about right?
Yep, just short on the 1.
Wow, now they moved it to the 1. Okay. You know, Goodlow, he had to have thrown that. If there was no receiver around, like you said, Austin, he would have had to throw it across the line of scrimmage, and he didn't do that. So here we go. Right to the line of scrimmage. Signs pushing the pile, and it's going to be waiting for the official. Touchdown, Chargers.
Zions, his first touchdown of the night, but really not to discredit anything he's done on really in the air tonight. His touchdown passing, but on the ground as well. He's been really commanding the offense through the rushes, through the short time passes, and there he goes on a touchdown and extends the Charger lead to about 24.
Yeah, and you know it's just I mean, just a while ago, I swear, Austin, we were saying it's just a 12-point ball game. You know, 2 touchdowns and extra points are good. I mean, then, you know, now you got a 14-point swing, and then you can be up by 2. And now we're looking at the scoreboard saying, like, what happened in such a short amount of time? You know, to go 24 points now, so double the score, double the point margin. And now with the extra point attempt, it's up and it's good. And so just over doubling the point margin here for the Chargers. Now 46-21 is your score with 7.5 remaining here in the ball game. We'll take a commercial break, folks, and we'll be back for another Chargers kickoff.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995, or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
Hey Vaqueros fans, I'm Janelle Tanguma.
And I'm Blake Collin. Join us live for every UTRGV home football game for our pregame kickoff show, Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
We have been having a good old time at our Tailgate Fiesta.
We're bringing you live coverage, special guests, and fan energy leading up to kickoff. We'll see you at Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
V's up.
Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta is sponsored by the Bert Ogden Auto Group.
Inside Valley Politics, a fresh perspective on Valley, state, and national political issues. Join us as we feature in-depth interviews and original, unbiased reporting on topics important to you. Sunday at 6:30 a.m. on NBC 23.
All right, we're back here, 1st and 10, Pioneer, after kickoff and a penalty. Here we go. We're actually right at, fix this up for us here, 7.5 to go here in the ball game. Goodlow right-hand side there, trying to find the edge, and he does. Cross the 40 and just pushed out of bounds right there. Goodlow with a nice carry.
Goodlow tiptoe just around the edge again. That's the only thing that Pioneers really been able to get on the ground, and he does it there for about, it's going to be 2nd and inches.
Yeah, I love Goodlow when he runs with the football. You know, he's just a tall, looks like a track star out there, running hurdles even. He's able to get airborne when he needs to, but tiptoeing there on the sideline. Galindo back under the helm now, and handoff there. Skurlock, first down, Diamondbacks.
Pioneer picks up crucial first down, double run there by Galindo. And we haven't really called his name a lot tonight, but there he has a huge pickup. It's going to be first down at around the Pioneer 46.
Galindo will stay here in the quarterback position. Goodlow goes out to wide receiver. A little keeper up the middle. Nice run there for him. Gain of 8 yards.
Yep, Gainda starting to heat up a little bit here. Maybe they can push a drive as we saw in the first half, when they replaced Gainda with Goodlow and Goodlow went off. Maybe it reverses around here and he's lined up at quarterback.
All right, here we go. Skurlock in the backfield as well. Second down and about 3 coming up. Nice wide receiver screen there on the outside. Gain of 1, not enough for a first down.
Yep, thrown down by that big Chargers defensive line, and they just keep on getting home. That one was for a gain, but still not a big pickup there for the Diamondbacks.
Third down and 2, right about the 6-minute mark here to go in the ball game. 46-21, like we talked a while ago, not that long ago, it was just a 12-point game between these two, and it really seemed like Pioneer had a shot to get back in it, but now Brownsville Veterans Memorial, after that really short field that they're gifted on the 1-yard line. Goodlow, he's going to be tackled in the backfield by number 5, and he's going to lose yardage. Andy Ayala.
Big tackle for loss, as we've been talking about all night. This Brownsville Veterans Memorial Charger defense, I believe that they've got 40 tackle for losses on the season. That's a lot of times that they're getting in the opposing team's backfield, disrupting plays and setting them backyards.
All right, with 4th down, punt unit comes on. Again, Goodlow is the punter. He's also quarterback, folks. He's just off screen here, left of screen. I've seen him fake before. Not sure if this is the time to do it, but if there ever was a time, this would be it, and Goodlow can pull it off. 4th down, here we go. Good snap. Last one was over his head. Remember, that's what gave the Chargers such great field position and that intentional grounding. Look at this punt. Way down. You call that coffin corner? You can't get any better than that. What a punt there by Goodlow.
Good punt, about 60 yards on the punt, getting it down, rolling around to the 1. That's going to put the Chargers really backed up in their own territory at the 2-yard line. Pioneer, if they can get a defensive stop, safety, a turnover, this could, kind of swing the game around a bit. It's not that big of a lead, but still, Chargers holding on to a 25-point lead.
I just love that punt there by Goodlow, and it's called the coffin corner. And so if you can get it inside that 5, to the goal line and get it to go out of bounds, then that really doesn't allow for any kind of return. And he put it right down the inside the 1 by that end zone, and just amazing, job there by Goodlow. So they're pinned way down here, but I haven't really seen Brownsville Veterans Memorial go negative, Austin. I'll say 9 times out of 10, they're moving forward with every play that they run.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of negative plays. They've just, even when it's the shorter side of the stick, they still are getting like about 6 or 8 yards there on their carries.
If there was ever a time for Pioneer to get a defensive play that sent the Chargers negative, it would be right now. Imagine what a 2-point would do. It'd make it a 2-point, I guess, close that gap a little bit. But either way, they bring it out of the end zone, gain of about a yard on that carry.
Yeah, quarterback sneak, just trying to create more space for the offense to work with. Going to be second about 9, and now you have a little bit more breathing room to work with for your offense. Try and get out of your own end zone.
All right, let's see what Signs is going to do here. We have seen him throw a touchdown pass tonight, and so the all-rare pass from the Chargers offense has happened. He went 1 for 2 tonight. It was an incomplete pass and then a touchdown. So 1 for 2 and a touchdown for Signs this evening. That's Jake, Agent Zero, I'm calling him tonight.
Yeah, false start on the Chargers, going to back them up to their own 1-yard line. So again, Pioneer getting a little bit lucky here. 2nd and 11 from the own Charger 1.
All right, Pioneer. I mean, and I love the no quit attitude. I like that they're fighting to the very end, and that's what you want to see as a coach, as a fan, and as brothers also down there in the field. Gain out to about the 5-yard line, bring up a 3rd down.
Yeah, big 3rd down here. If they can get a turnover, 4 minutes left. It's not completely over, but they're gonna need some miracles here down the stretch.
All right, here we go, folks. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for staying with us here. If you're still with us on this broadcast, Channel 4, and just what a pleasure to work with. RSL Channel 4. Obviously, here with Sharyland as well, ISD, and just bringing this amazing broadcast this evening. Shout out to all the people making it happen, so that way you at home or wherever it is that you are can enjoy some high school football on a Thursday night. Right out to about the 5. Pushes forward for another couple yards, but that will bring up a 4th down for the Chargers.
Yeah, 4th down. Pioneer going to get the ball back here on a punt, and it's going to be 4th and about 3. So Chargers might want to think about going here. Not much of a risk except for a touchdown. You still have that 25-point cushion of a lead, but they're going to take a timeout, think it over, and the punt unit is coming on for the Chargers.
Yeah, and the punter's going to be actually, lined up way deep in that end zone. That's the only thing. And so, but if I were Pioneer, I would probably, go, just don't rush it. Don't get a penalty. Don't run into the kicker. Don't rough the kicker. I would just drop everybody back into, blocking scheme and just let that go off. You're going to get some good field position. But either way, it's going to be a timeout here. So we'll take a timeout up here in the booth as well. And we'll be back here around 2:44. We're going to get there left in the ball game tonight. And back after these commercial messages.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995 or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
All right, we're back here, folks. Penalty on the punt there. Punt was down by the Chargers. No return. Holding on the receiving team. Even though no return, right? They're still hold. It's kind of crazy. So that'll go against Pioneers. So they had a really good field position that they're set to have because the Chargers were punting like literally out of the back of their own end zone. Really is negated by that beautiful punt, number 1, that just took a forever roll. And then that holding penalty that will be tacked on at the end of that 10 yards. So Pioneer will have to start way back here in their own territory. And, really it's been, for me, for Pioneer, it's just been kind of like they've climbed the hill a few times tonight, but just haven't been able to get over the top, and been close a few times, but haven't been able to just get the points when they need them.
Yeah, just coming up short on, crucial drives, on the block field goal towards the end of the half that kind of took away some of the momentum they could have had.
1st and 10 now. Got a new quarterback in, new running back also. He'll take this one out, gain about 8 yards for number 32 on the carry. Get your name here for him, and that's going to be Gael Garcia.
Yeah, it's a couple backups coming here for both teams. They're just trying to get some, experience is what it's all about. Getting experience, getting yourself, set in the trenches, whether you're on the offensive line, in the secondary offense, in the backfield, playing quarterback, out on the numbers of the receivers. Experience is what it's all about, and that's how you get better.
Jose Sanchez, he's actually a senior, and so he's coming in for some snaps here late in the game. 2nd down and 1, and we do have a timeout on the field. We'll keep it right here, folks. Let's talk a little bit about upcoming schedule for both of these teams. Sharyland Pioneer and Brownsville Veterans Memorial will both start district play next. Let's talk Pioneer first. They're going to play Alice next, Roma, Sharyland High School, and then Mission Veterans Memorial. So that's coming up for the Pioneer Diamondbacks. Highlight on October 31st, the Snakeskin Classic right here in Sharyland, Texas. That's going to be a great game. Sharyland High has got a great team also on the other end. Calvin Harris, he's really showing out this year. So anticipating a great Snakeskin Classic on October 31st, Halloween night. On the other end of the field there, Brownsville Veterans Memorial, they're in district a couple years now with Harlingen Cardinals, with the Hanna Eagles, Golden Eagles, Los Fresnos Falcons, and some of the mighty Greyhounds over there. And so that district has been tough in the past. Los Fresnos stands at the top of that district right now. I mean, they're top in the valley in a lot of polls, followed by Brownsville Veterans Memorial. So circle that game. That is going to be a huge game on that end of the valley, and that's going to be one to be at, Los Fresnos versus Brownsville Veterans Memorial.
Yeah, I have the Chargers over. I would have the Chargers over Los Fresnos. Last week Los Fresnos had only won by 6 points. They were down for most of the game against Edinburgh, but Edinburgh is one of those dark horse teams that they can. They came into Vela away at Richard R. Florida Stadium, and they took down for their first win in 12 years. So that I was actually there for that game, and it was a huge rivalry win.
So I'm gonna hold you to that one, Austin. You're saying that Veterans Memorial over Los Fresnos, huh?
Yeah,
right.
they're holding their own here. They're averaging almost 500 yards of total offense a game, and I can't wait for that matchup against Los Fresnos. They're probably gonna both be undefeated heading into that game, and it's probably gonna be a battle for that district. Whoever wins that game wins the district title.
I love it. I love the hype for that game and all that is going to be coming, and so that's something you want to circle and look forward to. Right now, at least in the polls, number 1 and number 2 in the valleys, Los Fresnos, and then Brownsville Veterans Memorial. Of course, you got PSG North up there that people argue. Economies is kind of working the way up the list also. Edinburgh High is also a dark horse in that list. And then, of course, you have Sharyland and the Mission Veterans Memorial also kind of rounding out that list. But right now, on some polls that I've seen, is Los Fresnos at top, followed by Brownsville Veterans Memorial. And both of those teams get to play here at Richard Thompson tonight, and then tomorrow night, Los Fresnos coming up to town to play Sharyland High School. And so you get to see the Valleys 1 and 2 right here at Sherry at Richard Thompson Stadium.
Yeah, you can't forget about Mercedes, undefeated 5-0, and they beat Calvin Harris and Sharyland Rattlers. I wasn't here at Richard Thompson Stadium to beat them. Came over here into Rattler territory and beat Sharyland, still undefeated on the season. They've had some great wins over Edinburgh, Ed Couch Elsa, and now last week versus Pioneer.
A great catch there. Mercedes really coming up this year, and good to see them. They in the past they've had some great teams and kind of had some slumps, so it's good to see them up at the top again as well. We're down here to about 11 seconds, 10 seconds left to go here in the ball game, and really just kind of running time off the clock now, and Pioneer in with some backups. 46-21. So here's going to be our final here from Richard Thompson Stadium, folks. And I tell you what, looking at both these teams here, and really, what we got to see on the field this evening. Pioneer looked like they had some opportunities earlier, but Brownsville Veterans Memorial to me capitalized, and really that offense, the strength of that offense in the running game. It's just hard to match that against anybody, I would say, in the Valley. What do you think after watching them here tonight? Do they kind of convince you of what we see on paper? Would you say that it's fair to say that this is probably the top running attack here, at least in the Valley, if not South Texas, and not in the region?
I don't want to talk about the region. I want to talk Brownsville Veterans, one of the top in the state. 500, averaging 500 yards of offense a game, most of it rushing. They did have that one passing touchdown tonight, the rare passing touchdown that you do see. But both of the teams showed up tonight. Pioneer, it's just a really tough opponent to play against. Brownsville Veterans, they have a really stout defense. For the past couple of years, they've been on the top in the Rio Grande Valley. So to really hang in there with the Chargers. I commend the Pioneer Diamondbacks for that, but Brownsville Veterans, they just played a great game. They overcame their average there. They averaged 45.2 points a game, and they have 46 right now.
I'm loving it. Pioneer, let's talk about some bright spots there for Pioneer. They had some bright spots this evening. What would you say, walking away from this and saying, like, what, this is something that Pioneer can build on moving forward?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to William Goodlow leading the Pioneer offense. It was kind of coming of age for him tonight. He had not the best game, but was still able to move the ball on the ground and in the air. He had those 2 passing touchdowns in crucial primetime moments. But that's going to be a key play for Pioneer down the stretch when they head into district play.
All right. Thanks so much, Austin. Austin doing a great job here. Luna here in the booth along with Aaron Sines. And really a joy to call this game tonight. We're going to go a player of the game. We're going to have to give it across the field here tonight for Mr. Trevelyan. And Calvin just had an excellent game. 3 touchdowns on the night. Especially, when his teammate Belmontes went down, he kind of just stepped in there like nothing happened and just really kept being electric for that team. And so we're going to give that this evening here to Calvin Trevelyan. He'll get the the player of the game. I'm going to have to go down to the field and try to find him, see if I can catch him. I'm not very fast. I know he is. We're going to try to catch him and get him that medal tonight.
Yeah, he was really key player for the Chargers tonight. When they needed him most, he stepped up, especially after the Belmontes injury. He came in, had pretty great plays in crucial moments, and he really just stepped up to the challenge. Obviously as the second back behind Belmontes, he's going to try and, establish himself as, running back number one with Belmontes out. I don't know how many weeks he's going to be out for. Hopefully he comes back because he's a great player. But Trevelyan, watch out for him.
All right, folks, we're going to set up a few highlights right here. And then we're just going to some commercials here for the next 20 minutes or so. But thanks again for joining this live broadcast. Again, Austin Luna, Aaron Signs in the booth here at Richard Thompson Stadium. It's been a great one. 46-21, your final score here. Brownsville Veterans Memorial Chargers come in and take the win from under the home team, Sharyland Pioneer Diamondbacks. Thanks for joining us again, and look to be on a call real soon. Have a great weekend. And it just looked a lot better. Skurlock on the right-hand side, the sophomore, getting some good play tonight, looking good. 6-yard pickup for him. Skurlock in the backfield with him, 4 wide receivers out. He looks to pass downfield, steps up in the pocket, is going to keep it on his own. Goodlow now past the 25, down had to so far, running the ball, and he does it again, right-hand side now, following his blockers, skips over one. That's a first down and more for the Diamondbacks, and Goodlow finding a rhythm now. Down in about 2. Goodlow takes a snap. It was going to throw to the corner of the end zone. He does have a receiver. Touchdown. Diamondbacks. Touchdown. That's Eric Garcia, the junior defensive lineman. Handoff. No, keeper Signs up the middle. He's going to push it. First down. Chargers on the keeper by Signs. In Edinburgh, Texas. Trevelyan on the outside. Crosses the 50-yard line. One man a beat. He does. Now here comes another host of defenders, but inside the 24-yard line before we get the ball to on the other side. There he goes in motion again. And it's going to be Trevelyan. Trevelyan, he's got a crease. He's got a lane to run. That they're going to have to contend with. But the game's not over tonight. Trevelyan here on the carry on the outside. And, I talk about him being a speed back, but right there he's showing a little bit of strength as well.
Defense, they've been able to get some good gains here and there.
Second down and about 3 yards to go now. And just a messed up play there for the Chargers that they're going to have to contend with. But the game's not over tonight. Trevelyan here on the carry on the outside. And, I talk about him being a speed back, but right there he's showing a little bit of strength as well. 10-5, touchdown Chargers. Escobedo on a 51-yard carry, and he takes it into the end zone. Flag on the play, and he gets up the middle. Nice move inside the 10-yard line, and he's able to break away from another one down at the 6.
Yep, just fighting there.
This is a good moment to pour it on. Here we go, third down now. Handoff, Belmontes up the middle. That's going to be short, fourth down. Fourth down for the Chargers.
Defense, they've been able to get some good gains here and there.
Second down and about 3 yards to go now. And just a messed up play there for the Chargers. The frame for, he's open on the outside. That's going to be a nice pickup. First down. Goodlow throws to number 9, Malachi Galindo, who started the game at quarterback, moving the ball like they have not so far. Blitz on the outside. He reads that. Up the middle, quarterback keeper right around the 10-yard line. That's a first down pickup for the Diamondbacks. Right down at the goal line. I see the ball come loose, though. Where did it go? And I think that's into the hands of another Charger. That's touchdown Chargers. Takes a snap, looks downfield, feels up.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995, or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
Hey Vaqueros fans, I'm Janelle Tanguma.
And I'm Blake Collin. Join us live for every UTRGV home football game for our pregame kickoff show, Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
We have been having a good old time at our tailgate fiesta.
We're bringing you live coverage, special guests, and fan energy leading up to kickoff. We'll see you at Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
V's up.
Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta is sponsored by the Bert Ogden Auto Group.
Inside Valley Politics, a fresh perspective on Valley, state, and national political issues. Join us as we feature in-depth interviews and original, unbiased reporting on topics important to you. Sunday at 6:30 a.m. on NBC 23.
When you're buying a car or trusting someone to take care of the one you already have, you want to know you're in good hands. Today, tomorrow, and every day after that. For over a century, Sames Automotive Group has been here. The oldest dealership group in Texas, built on a promise to do things the right way. A century of putting people first. A century of service and savings. A century of smiles. That's not just a tagline. That's the Sames way. Sames Automotive Group, delivering a century of trust.
There is always news happening in the Valley. When you see it, share it to Valley Central. See a fire? Share it. See a wreck? Share it. See crime or corruption? Share it. Be part of the Valley Central team. If you see it, share it.
CBS 4 News, bringing you the most SpaceX coverage with our exclusive partnership with La Padre Space Channel. Weekly updates, live cameras from Starbase, and live coverage from SpaceX launches. CBS 4 News, your Space Coast station, working for you.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get $8,000 off MSRP on a new 2025 Ford F-150 STX and 3.9% for 72 months. Payne Rio Grande City Ford and Payne Westlaco Ford.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
This summer, settle in and reconnect with one another. South Padre Island has so many great places to stay. Condos, resorts, and hotels. Oh my! Book your summer getaway today. And start making memories poolside with the people you care about most. Visit SoPadre.com.
Shop Bert Ogden Cadillac and select from the largest inventory of luxury vehicles in the Valley. Elevate your style when you choose from more than 200 new cars and SUVs available today. This is where legends are made and what they drive. Bert Ogden Cadillac in Edinburgh.
You never know when grief will come upon you and you find yourself in need of a funeral home. Emotions take over your thoughts, and it is difficult to think clearly. So where do you turn? You turn to Tomei Garza Funeral Home because they understand that guiding thoughtful care is a privilege, and the needs of your family and final request of your loved one must be met without question. Compassion, care, commitment. Tomei Garza Funeral Home, San Benito.
No matter where you are in life, Texas Southmost College is here to help you move forward. Whether you're starting fresh, changing careers, or gaining new skills, TSC has affordable programs designed to fit your goals. It's time to take the next step. Think big. Think bright. Think TSC.
J4 Trailers es su mejor opción para remolques en el Valle de Río Grande. Contamos con remolques utilitarios, goosenecks, landscape, hotshot trailers, dump trailers, enclosed y mucho más. Su remolque necesita servicio o refacciones, nuestro nuevo departamento de partes y servicio está listo para atenderle. Aquí en J4 Trailers también realizamos el corte de tambores de freno.
Come visit us and get hitched at J4 Trailers.
Cameron County has emerged as one of the most promising regions in Texas. Our property tax rate is among the lowest in the RGV. Our communities are safer. Economic development is soaring. Thousands of high-paying jobs have been created. Let's keep Eddie Trevino as our Cameron County judge.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995, or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
Permatemp Personnel Services has been servicing local businesses for the past 29 years.
Leave the hiring to us. Let us become your personal hiring guru.
We have a network of skilled employees to fit your needs.
Your success is our strategy.
Don't hesitate. Call us now.
At Bird Ogden Ford Service, we value your time, so there's no appointment necessary and no waiting. Our factory-trained technicians and genuine Ford parts keep your Ford running like new. Bird Ogden Ford in Lyford. Service with confidence you can count on.
Dale gas!
When you're buying a car or trusting someone to take care of the one you already have, you want to know you're in good hands. Today, tomorrow, and every day after that. For over a century, Sames Automotive Group has been here. The oldest dealership group in Texas, built on a promise to do things the right way. A century of putting people first. A century of service and savings. A century of smiles. That's not just a tagline. That's the Sames way. Sames Automotive Group, delivering a century of trust.
Brownsville ISD, your future starts now. Our dedicated teachers inspire learning every day. Explore your passion with award-winning fine arts, championship sports programs, and cutting-edge technology in every classroom. From career and technical education to dual enrollment college credit courses, BISD prepares students for success, no matter what path they choose. Brownsville ISD, the best choice.
No matter where you are in life, Texas Southmost College is here to help you move forward.